found
Hey,
like
hey,
4,
Corey.
5. No, I found 5 of them.
Hey,
Nice.
Corey. If Cade was alive, he'd be disappointed.
That's fine. If they did anything to make those dead exos look anything different than the other thousands of dead exos scattered across Europa, then maybe I wouldn't have had to do that. But they didn't, so I did.
Seen
I'm
them
gonna
shimmer
read this.
on occasion.
Interesting.
Sorry I'm late. My grandma had randomly decided to just show up in town, so I had to at least do a, backyard last minute notice masked up thing.
Right.
So
Everybody's entitled to an RGE every night. That's a random grandma encounter.
Mm-hmm.
I like event better. It sounds horrible.
Random grandma.
Question: Was this the same grandmother, Scott, that your mom texted you saying, "Hey, don't open the package from your grandma"?
correct. She's my only grandma, so yeah.
Okay.
So yeah, she has not. Even though we were doing the backyard thing that we do with the rest of my family, she is not really keen on precautions of any kind. So we masked up, even though we were outside and staying away.
Scott accidentally got a shipment of his grandmother's sex toys.
And on that note,
Let's moving on.
So there's cold opens and there's frigid opens.
Did you
And
find
It's cold opens versus what Mike just did.
whatever I just did.
that open
Like-
hurt my brain.
Yeah. Here we go. Hey, Mike, when we cold open, that doesn't mean say things that turn people away from the show. It means
What?
we're generating the energy to get people to want to watch us.
We may have just gotten viewers with that opening.
Okay, let's not pretend we're the Joe Rogan experience here.
How about the viewers we want?
Well, now we're just being picky.
We've
Yeah.
always said this was MA, so we don't have to worry.
Mhm.
Hey, everybody watching the show, we don't want you as fans. How about that? According to Scott, fuck you.
And now for something completely different. Last time on Storm King's Thunder, we had our intrepid adventurers continuing their travels with Zephyros in the cloud fortress or tower that was his, traveling towards Bryn Shander. During these events, the party has encountered a second group of individuals flying out of the sky, which is abnormal to say the least, carried by a silver dragon. Upon landing, these individuals were encountered by the party, and the party was summarily interrogated, essentially, to determine whether or not this cloud giant was a threat. Turned out these individuals were a group of shield dwarves that have been tasked with trying to rid the realms of cloud giants and their giant kin to help protect the common folk of the world. After a failed persuasion check, the individuals that were assaulting the freaking leg just twitched. The Tower of Zephyros drank potions of gaseous form and began to move away. Upon casting of a mass suggestion spell by Zephyros, the issue was revisited, and it turns out that the party was much more persuasive the second time with the help of Zephyros, and it was indicated that they would leave Zephyros alone and pass on the information that he is of no threat to the realm, and just let it be known that there is a cloud giant who is friend to the small folk. After that, the party continued on their journey to Bryn Shander without incident. After being dropped outside of Bryn Shander by Zephyros, he departed for his own intents and purposes to pursue his own goals at the moment. The party got welcomed to Bryn Shander by a dwarven individual who was a little too peppy for the area, named Aldrich Brighthelm. She pointed them towards the town hall, which also serves as a jail, in their efforts to find Markham Southwell, who they did not find at the town center. They did stop in a tavern and get rooms along the way, and they encountered a dwarven individual named Ogden Flamebeard, who was very adamant about hawking his booze, also known as I'm drawing a blank on it right now.
Somebody.
Flamebeard's Fire Brandy.
That's
Yeah.
it.
I'm surprised you're drawing a blank on it. You said it so many times.
It's been one of those weeks. I could use some Flamebeard's Fire Brandy. They got rooms, got a bottle of Flamebeard's Fire Brandy, continued on, didn't find the sheriff, and are currently formulating a plan on how to locate the sheriff, Markham Southwell.
And we had, oh yeah, that's right. I was gonna go to the market and let anyone who wanted to come with, and Bearfiend wanted to go to, what was that place called again? Kelvin's Comfort, and ask around there, if I remember correctly.
Mm-hmm.
And Oakley was gonna stay at the jail because what's the worst that could happen?
Yeah,
That's what I am.
actually, it was, in case he comes back to the office.
Right.
They're splitting up to try and find the sheriff, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Split the party. Split the party.
All right, we'll start with Ogilvy.
Hello.
What are you doing in the jail?
I'm kind of just posted up a little bit outside the main door because we know that sheriff out there is outside the door. So every time somebody comes in, it's go, "Hey, you the sheriff?" And if they look confused, it's like, "Sorry, wrong person. My apologies."
As you are practicing this spiel, there is nobody coming in and out of the jail portion of this town hall. It is deathly quiet. You encounter a few mice here and there that are looking for scraps and trying to stay warm, but nobody comes in here unless they have reason, and there's no reason because there's nobody there. What else would you like to do in the jail?
So we were told that the sheriff's office is in the jail, right?
Yes, you were.
All right.
But when you guys arrived, it was cold, it wasn't lit, it was just in disuse. There was no fires lit, there were no candles lit, there was nobody in the jail cells. It was just a frigid basement cellar in the town hall.
In order to keep my bodily temperature up, I'm just going to do jump squats.
All right. Let's go on to the Kelvin's Comfort Group. Who's going there?
That's Bearfane.
Me.
All right. As you walk back into Kelvin's Comfort, it's a little later in the day, so it's starting to pick up. There's kind of a lunch crowd going on. Ogden Flamebeard definitely seems to be a little busy. He doesn't take notice of you entering. There's multiple different patrons sitting around at tables, grabbing lunch, relaxing, staying out of the cold. So, agency is yours to do as you see fit as you enter.
That too ostentatious to just walk in and start yelling Southwell. See if anybody answers.
If that is what you would like to do, go for it. Make
No,
a performance
I think
check.
I'll go back up to Flamebeard and ask him if he's seen the sheriff, if he knows the sheriff, if he has any idea which of these drunks is the sheriff.
All right. As you go back up to Ogden and grab his attention at the bar, he goes, "Hey, what can I do for you?"
We're looking for Southwell.
The sheriff,
Uh,
he's
First thing,
not normally around these parts.
you know where we could find him.
Last I heard, he was spending a great deal of time, well, his free time, up at the North Look. It's a little rowdier and avails him of a little more local information if you're interested. That happens to be in the northwest part of town, just inside the north gate.
Is there a reason why things are happening differently up there?
Oh, it's frequented by a different clientele that isn't so local. More of your type.
Outsiders. Okay. I guess we'll head up that way.
Are you gonna buy some brandy while you're at it? I've got a new stock in just a little while ago. Are you interested?
Sure.
He got new stock in the half hour we were gone.
I'll take
Fresh.
some of your bathtub gin. Why not?
All right. Fresh out of the crate, it'll be 4 gold for a bottle, or a gold for a tankard right now.
She tried to give you a markup for
The
fresh.
tankard, yeah. We need to go find Southwell, so I'll just do the tankard.
All right, it'll be 1 gold, and here you go. He pulls a bottle that has obviously been uncorked before, and is not new by any stretch of the imagination, and pours you a drink.
Good thing it's brandy, and I don't think freshness matters.
Yeah, I think there's probably enough alcohol in it to kill whatever, including COVID. So
This is kind of like in that realm of Mountain Dew where they had to prove that there couldn't be a rat in it because it dissolved the rat. Yeah, it's like that.
It makes me think
It's just,
of that alcohol that Tank makes in the Matrix that he also uses as engine degreaser.
yeah, it's pretty much that. That's a good comparison. Not good by any stretch of the imagination, but it'll get you drunk fast and warm you up. All right, well, while we're finishing up there, let's go to the market party. So, those entering the marketplace, I'll give you a rough description. It's B7 on the map, which you haven't been to before.
Right.
It is a roughly circular space in the center of town where locals and foreign traders sell their wares. Tents and covered wagons provide some shelter against the cold wind, but not much. In a few places, campfires with people huddled around them crackle and smoke. There is one individual who happens to stand out. It's a heavily bundled figure. They seem to be having no purpose. They seem rather haggard, possibly homeless. Her boots seem like they don't fit very well, and she just seems to be wandering around tending to the fires as people warm them.
Okay. I would like to walk up to one of the fires that like a bunch of people are around.
Okay.
I'm going to ignore for now that interesting person that you've described.
All right. As you walk up to one of the fires, you can tell it's merchants, adventurers, townsfolk. They're just trying to stay warm. They're putting their hands over the fires and just having general conversation about the shitty weather and when the next caravan's going to be in and who's shipping out where. And they give you a nod as you walk up, but that's about the extent of it. If you want to jump into the conversation, you're more than welcome to, but they're not going to force an outsider into the day-to-day bullshitting.
Sure. I'm gonna kind of like wait for like a lull in the conversation, like somewhere where I can interject without talking over anybody. I say, my name's Danvers. Looking for the sheriff. Anybody seen him?
One of the individuals who seems a little more robust adventurer type goes, Sheriff, you passed through here about an hour or so heading northward. Don't know where he was going, but, he keeps an eye out on the market occasionally and makes his rounds.
Is there anything in particular up north that would potentially attract his attention?
Well, I mean, it is a town. What particular are you thinking might attract his attention?
It's the place he frequents.
Well, I know that a little ways. Let me think here. I have to make sure I'm thinking of the right place at the moment. I lost my number.
Right.
Hate when that happens on these maps. Where is that one? Apparently it's just gone forever.
Bye.
Yeah, I know. It's one in particular that I was... Oh, never mind. I found it. A little ways off to the west, just out of the market here, there's the armory, which is used for storing our weapons and so on and so forth. About due north, we're looking at a blacksmith and an inn, and a little off to the east, we're looking at one of the larger trading houses. I mean, if there's anything going on with those, maybe drawing his attention. Can't really say.
Is there any place in particular up north that would benefit from increased patrol foot traffic, like some sort of slum or a fighting pit or a rowdy tavern, something like that?
Well, there is the northern gate there. That tends to attract a few adventurers and some merchants. And occasionally we get a roughhouser coming through there, but that's really about it that I know of.
Do you have any follow-up questions, Kaz?
I don't. I think he has helped as he can.
Anyone want to tell me what the blanket yeti over there is doing?
At this point, make a perception check for me, Danvers.
Yeah. Okay. That was a runaway. Perception, that would put that at a 13.
Blanket Yeti has gone missing.
She's right behind me, isn't she?
Kaz is thoroughly aware that she is basically kind of snuggled up next to one of you guys, trying to be out of the line of sight, but to overhear your guys' conversation.
Okay. I'm going to place my hand on Danvers' shoulder, and I'm gonna raven fly over and land on this person's shoulder.
Okay. Are you going to go into the Raven's
Yes.
eyes or no?
Yes.
Okay. Well,
Unless she's or he or whatever is further than 100 feet.
no, they are within about 5-10 feet of you.
Yeah.
Can you make a dexterity saving throw for the Raven for me?
Come on. Hey, that's a good roll. I rolled a 17 on the dice. I have to pull up the Raven stats. So Dex?
Yes.
So it's a 19 total.
Okay. Your Raven is able to swim between her hands as she's trying to swat this bird away. It seems like they have some experience with birds and don't seem to be enjoying it and are doing everything in their power to keep this bird off of them.
Noticing that, I'll just hop a little bit behind and just on the ground.
Okay. Make a perception check for me.
That's a 22.
Okay. You make note that this is a female individual. Even though they are bundled up like this, the Raven's able to get a good perspective on it. The gloves seem newer, made of some sort of a hide. And in one of her pockets, there seems to be a lump of something.
Is it a lump of something, or are you happy to see me?
I'm assuming you're saying this to her. She's like, oh, sorry, I didn't mean to intrude.
Sorry, that was just a joke. And was there anything like that would seem to be threatening in any way that I notice?
The smell is threatening.
Okay.
Does not smell pleasant in the slightest.
So pretty much all some kind of female that's wrapped up in blankets, and there's some kind of lump of something.
Yep.
So the blankets make
And-
it hard to tell what's going on.
Yeah.
Okay.
And they are wearing oversized boots. They don't smell very good. They look worn out.
I'm just gonna like lean in and whisper to Danvers, assuming I know where he is still because I have my hand on his shoulder. There's a woman who is watching us just behind. Too many blankets to know what is going on, but there is something in her pockets. Also, she doesn't like birds.
I slowly like turn my head to like look behind me.
Okay. You catch her basically staring at you guys, and as soon as she realizes she's been caught, she kind of tucks her head down and begins to shuffle away.
Following her in the Raven.
Okay. She just goes over to another fire, starts throwing a little bit of wood into it. Occasionally, she looks back at you guys and, shoos your bird away on occasion. Cussing about this damn fucking bird won't leave me alone. Keeps it up, I'm going to have him for dinner.
Dinner.
Shows what she knows.
You can't eat the Feywild. I want to turn around and like start walking towards her and just kind of like hold my hands out, like kind of off to the side. Say, I'm gonna add like, so what is it that you do here?
Make a persuasion check to see if you'll get her to stick around. As you start approaching, she starts to move to a different fire.
Where is my tab? There it is. Persuasion check, you said?
Mm-hmm.
7.
She's like, nothing, I do nothing here. And she moves over to a different fire and repeats the same motion of throwing wood into it.
Okay. I just I turn back then and I just kind of guide Kaz back to that first fire that we were at, and just tell him to keep an eye on her.
I am going to I'm going to go back into myself and try to get within 30 feet of her, which I assume is not too hard.
No.
And then I'm going to cast Detect Thoughts.
Okay. Let me make sure I don't brain fart this. Ba-ba-ba. And is there any check to her initially? I don't remember. I don't think so. Is there?
No.
Okay.
It's only if a probe.
Her immediate thoughts are, what are those newcomers doing here, and what do they want with me? Why won't they leave me alone? She seems a little uneasy after Danvers approached.
Okay. I'm just going to keep my focus there for the minute, unless to see if something changes. Because there's no need to get crazy.
No, I mean, focus pretty much stays the same. She's keeping an eye on you guys, is worried what you want,
Does she seem to be worried about anyone else, just us? That I can tell.
No, she's just kind of making her rounds. Occasionally, she has the thought that that's interesting as she overhears a conversation, or just making mental notes of people and conversations. And
I think she might be a professional eavesdropper.
Is that even a thing?
No, but she doesn't seem to be doing anything other than just trying to be inconspicuous.
And you do occasionally catch her basically cussing to herself about how she has to go get more firewood.
Is there a place where there is more firewood around?
There's stores that'll sell it. There are
Like
vendors
just
and
in the
markets.
market?
Yeah.
Here?
Yeah, there's a couple piles of firewood. They try to keep the fire pits relatively well stocked in the general area, just because it is the market, and if they can keep it a little more hospitable. It's piled off to kind of that northwest side, but it's just kind of a pain in the ass walking around and hauling firewood back and forth through the market.
So I'm gonna walk over to the firewood stack, and bend over and pick some up. And as I do that, I'm going to cast my disguise self.
Okay.
So hopefully I will be relatively sneaky about that.
All right. Make a sleight of hand check for me for doing that if you're trying to be sneaky.
While bending over, I feel like that makes sense. It's a 15.
All right. Let's see. All right.
And then stand up with the firewood and bring it over to her fire and
Okay.
put some in. And the disguise is just like more like the just random people I've been seeing around.
Okay.
Like just a human, plain person.
As you come over, she seems standoffish and takes a step back and goes, "You should be careful about doing that around here. Some people get real touchy about magic."
Oh. I don't know what you mean. So I just load the firewood in.
She just raises an eyebrow and goes, "Sure," shuffles away.
That did work. Walk back over to Danvers.
Random town folk approaches you, Danvers.
Can I help you with something?
Raven sits on my shoulder.
Oh, it's you. Okay.
Yes, I haven't done this with you yet.
Apparently not, no.
I thought I might be able to be inconspicuous, but she seemed to notice.
Do you think that there's any reason to continue observing this person, or should we go find the rest?
She seems significant somehow, so we should. I want to find a way to talk to her. Maybe we just talk to her.
I turn back to the people at the fire, since she's still not there, and I ask if there's some sort of trick to speaking with this blanket yeti.
Oh, you mean Beldora? She's a little shy. She likes to hear stories, though. She's a big fan of those. She prefers the true ones, but if you put her at, unrest, she's a little harder to talk to.
What is she?
Local homeless woman. She's been here for a number of years, and, well, she just unofficially tends the fires, and we toss her a little coin here and there for doing it. It's a thankless job, and she does it rather pleasantly most days.
Where did she come from?
Honestly, nobody knows. She just showed up one day and, well, made up a residence here in the town market, essentially, and just started tending the fires one day, and, well, without complaint or any issue. She hasn't caused any trouble, so we just let her be.
Well, Kaz, maybe we can interest her in the story of how we saved Nightstone.
It's worth a try.
You seem to have a better rapport with her than I do. Maybe you want to um, break the ice, and I'll come in after that.
I wouldn't call it a rapport. How do I do this? I'll walk over, approaching kind of slowly, and just kind of say, would you like to hear a story of our adventures? We just came here from the southern side of the coast.
She gives you a look over and makes note of the bird on your shoulder and goes, "Can you get rid of the bird first?"
Oh, yes, and poof.
Ah, you are a magic user for sure. Uh, who's we?
Me and my dragonborn friend.
The one that looks like he wants to hurt me?
That's just his face.
If you promise not to hurt me, I'll gladly listen to one of your stories.
Danvers, do you promise not to hurt her?
I have absolutely no reason to hurt her, so yes, I promise.
Well, I'm gonna keep up doing my duties and tending the fires. If you're willing to follow me, I'll gladly listen.
Absolutely.
She goes over to the fire where you guys were just at, which seems to be waning, and begins loading the firewood into it.
So have you heard of Nightstone?
Can't say that I have.
It is this small town outside of, it was Waterdeep, right?
Yeah.
Outside of Waterdeep, known for this suspicious sort of stone in the center of town that nobody knew what it was, nobody could remove it. Surrounded by a moat. Interesting place, but it had been attacked by giants from the sky who dropped boulders. And we came upon it abandoned, except for goblins. We fought out these goblins and chased them to a cave. Danvers, feel free to interject.
As you say that, she goes, "So just the two of you did all of that? That's really impressive."
We had a little bit of help. We have two more members to our party. But yeah, we chased the goblins to this cave. It's pretty far from the town, but it was apparently also where the people of Nightstone take refuge during sieges. It's called the Dripping Caves, and we found the villagers hiding out there, hiding from not just the giants that attacked their village, but also the goblins that occupied the cave that they were taking refuge in. And so we held off the goblins for the villagers while they left the cave, and then we escorted them back to the village of Nightstone under cover of night. At which point, the next morning when we arrived, the village was, instead of goblins this time, there was a group of orcs that were attempting to occupy the town, and so we had to dissuade them from doing so. And then they said that the people of Nightstone had 48 hours to leave Nightstone, or they would attack. And so we helped the people of Nightstone defend their village and reclaim their home.
And what is you and your party members' names?
I'm Danvers.
Kazabisai, the all-seeing eye.
We have a
And,
we have a rather famous or infamous, I suppose, depending on which way you bet, half-orc pit fighter named Ogilvy with us, and a dwarf named Bearfane.
well, that was a very good story. I appreciate it, but I need to get back to work now if you don't mind.
Do you mind sharing one of your own?
Yeah, I kind of don't really have any. I've just been an orphan and spent most of my time wandering, and one day ended up here, and well, the people treated me good, and so I stayed.
What brings you so far north to the lands beyond the spine of the world?
Looking for a place where the people wouldn't look down on me, and I could feel safe.
Is there a reason you would feel unsafe?
Uh, Homeless, orphan, woman, big, wide, bad world. She just kind of gives you that "Are you fucking serious?" look.
Was there something in particular you were looking to escape?
No.
Insight check.
All right.
13.
Best you can tell, she's being honest about not trying to escape anything.
I hand her 5 gold pieces.
Oh, thank you, thank you. I really appreciate it. This will get me a good number of meals. Thank you.
What are you?
A woman?
I think what my
Human?
compatriot is trying to get at is you hide yourself beneath all these layers. Obviously, not having a place to stay and being out here in these harsh elements lends to that. But is there something about who you are that you try to hide in order to help? I mean, listen, we're both of us two very uncommon races, so we understand a bit about the scrutiny that certain people are held under. Are you trying to hide yourself for the same reason?
She gets this disgusted look on her face and goes, "Are you fucking kidding me?" and throws the gold back at you and stomps off. You want to touch it, you fucking perverts?
Oh.
Okay, that escalated quickly. I pick up the gold coins and I
She
hand them.
definitely took that the wrong way.
Yes, she did. I hand the gold coins to one of the people at the fire. They said that they throw her some coin from time to time for tending the fires. I say, what was her name again?
Beldora.
Beldora. I asked them, can you please make sure that Beldora gets these coins? I appear to have accidentally offended her, but I want to help her at no obligation to her.
Yeah, the alluding to the prostitution thing probably isn't a good way to go.
I don't see how I alluded to prostitution, but then again, I'm not from here.
Well, you asked what she is wandering around in frumpy clothing.
I merely asked if there was a reason she hides beneath all those layers. That's all.
I'll make sure she gets it. But that was one of the funniest interactions I've ever seen with her.
Happy to help.
Happy to have you.
It, boy, I tell you, if Dragonborn could blush.
There's just a little bit of smoke going out of your nostrils. Meanwhile, Smash cut to the jail, and there's Ogilvy still doing like jumping squats. It's like, oh, don't worry, my friends are super good at making acquaintances. We got this down. No
He's
worries.
just steaming. Ogilvy is just steaming in that basement. All right, what would you all like to do now from your relative locations?
I did promise that after 2 hours, I'd go back to the room we rented to see if anybody was able to actually get Sheriff Woody.
Sheriff Woody.
Also, in my headcanon, the sheriff's played by Tom Hanks.
Okay, it's definitely working on approaching that 2-hour mark.
Mhm.
So if none of you have anything else you would like to do, you all collect back up at Kelvin's Comfort. The lunch crowd is definitely rolling in and starting to taper off a little bit here and there, but it's rowdy, and well, there you are, Kelvin's Comfort once again.
And then she threw the gold back in his face.
Oh, oh man, it's a good one, Kaz. Also, thanks for not asking why I'm so sweaty right now.
I'm used to it.
Okay, cool.
But we did find there are a couple of places that might be worth looking at, um, even if the market itself was sort of fruitless.
Okay.
So there's like an armory and a blacksmith and a fighting pit. No, something, not a fighting pit. Sorry.
Oh, it's a piecing pit. Okay. There's a lot of those.
We asked for a fighting pit and they did not give us one.
What did you find, Bearfane?
It's tankard.
Oh, hey, I have an idea. Now, this one is not one of my best ones. I'm going to lead away with this right now. Kaz, I'm going to pretend to get really angry, and you need to punch me in the face.
Okay.
But we need to do it while people are watching. Because if we're looking for the... Oh, God! Oh. Okay, I'll explain this horribly. I would say when there's people who would call the sheriff, because if we need to be brought to justice for fighting each other, we need to make sure that there's somebody. No, oh,
Is it working?
Every time you hit them, a couple people raise their head and just kind of shake and go. It's not like it's uncommon to see. You know, it is kind of a rough and tumble town relative to, the civilized South. Unless you guys are actively causing problems for other people, they just are kind of shaking their heads. You hear a couple, that little guy's going to get his ass kicked.
at this point, I hand out one of my hand axes. It's like, okay, all right, fist ain't enough. You have to slash me.
This is dangerous.
Well, we have to break the law if we want to meet the law, man.
I'm gonna turn it sideways and hit it with the blunt
Roll a
side.
d4.
3.
That's 3 points of bludgeoning damage.
Okay.
From behind the bar, you hear Ogden go, "Hey, knock it the fuck off."
No, get the fuck on.
What are you going to do about it?
Little Matt.
I can't do anything about it. My arms are too heavy from my workout. I'm unable to defend myself. Somebody please get someone to help me. Oh, God damn it.
Roll
One.
another d4.
1.
You keep it up, I'm gonna get the sheriff down here. I'll send somebody to find him.
Whack! Whack!
Oh, God! Eh.
1 and 1.
Alright, you see him go to one of the freaking bar boys, and he's like, "Okay, you know where to go find the sheriff at lunchtime. Go get him." And he goes running out of the bar.
Go follow. I said that to my raven.
You know, funny thing is, Bearfane knows where he's at.
Yeah, but Bearfane wanted to see me get my ass kicked.
I know where the sheriff's at.
Yeah. You were told where he tends to visit.
There's that tavern up by the north gate.
I was told this.
When you were talking to him, that there's tavern just outside of the north gate that tends to be accompanied by adventurers, and the sheriff tends to spend his time there.
Okay, I must have been having a senior moment. I don't
Oh,
remember
no
that.
worries. It's not your fault. There's just
I
blood squirting out.
hand the hand axe back to Ogilvy.
Oh, thank you.
Your raven follows this little kid on the north side of town, runs into a tavern that there's a sign out front called the North Look, and you see him come out with a individual that I will give you a physical description here in a second. He is a taller man. He, for lack of a better term, is of African American descent, even though that does not exist in this world. He has a chin strap beard that's bespeckled with some white portions here and there. A little bit of gray showing up in his eyebrows. He's got a shaved head, which is kind of odd for the area. He seems mostly humanoid. He's wearing a heavier leather kind of cloak around him with some fur lining in it, and he's following the boy back southward and begrudgingly mumbling to himself about how he can never have a peaceful lunch and somebody's always got to do something stupid. And he makes his way southward towards you guys, and the bar boy comes in, followed closely by this individual, and he goes, all right, what dumbass is doing something dumbassy to ruin my lunch?
Oh, that would be me.
All right, what little guy was kicking your ass?
Oh, no. Here's the thing. I don't want to press charges on anything whatsoever. We had a hard time finding you, so we decided to let you find us through wanton violence.
It's our idea of a clever ruse, sir.
To be fair, it worked.
No, you're dumbasses, and you're acting like dumbasses.
Why, thank you.
Don't act like dumbasses. You're ruining my lunch.
Well, since you're here, we're gonna ruin your lunch further. Not through violence this time. Right?
Right. Sheriff
Okay, not
Southwell,
through violence this time.
is there somewhere we could speak in private?
Well, seeing as I have to take one of you at least to jail for being dumbasses, who's going?
He volunteers.
All right, come on, dumbass number one.
Is it alright if we accompany you and him?
Sure. He takes you to the jail, walks in, greets a couple people along the way, continues
quick.
with the dumbass remarks.
Quick question. Can you turn on the lights this time? Because I came down here waiting for you. Just weren't there. So I did jump squats, and that's why I got my ass kicked so bad, is because my arms are so heavy from all the jump squats I did.
He just looks at you and goes, get in there, and points at one of the cells.
Is there a particular one? I don't have the key. Do I just slip between the bars?
He opens one of them up and motions for you to get in.
Okay, this one specifically. Okay, this makes sense.
All right. Now give me a copper piece.
What? Yeah, I did that once for Kaz, and then he read my mind. It was really weird.
No, give me a copper piece.
Oh my god, you left me into a jail cell with all my weapons? This seems very dangerous. As I give him a copy piece.
He unlocks the jail cell and goes, okay, get out.
Okay, so we need to ruin your lunch some more.
He takes a seat at his desk. He lights a bundle and throws it into the fire, and it ignites. It looks like it was pre-staged to light a fire. He goes, all right, go ahead. What else can you do to ruin my lunch?
Well, we're actually here on some rather unfortunate business, Markham. We've been sent here by Morik Eargray from Nightstone to inform you that unfortunately your sister she has passed away during a giant incursion on the village.
He folds his hands in front of his mouth and processes for a minute and goes, "That's a real shame. Hate to have heard that. It's been a few years since I was able to see her. Thanks for letting me know."
That will be one cuppa, please. Oh, I'm just kidding. This is a terrible time for you. I apologize.
You know, I do believe most people deserve to be treated with dignity. If not all, I think you're the exception to the rule.
I mean, in my defense, you did throw me in jail. For getting my ass kicked.
You kind of threw yourself in jail.
Semi-nientix.
You know, there are easier ways to get my attention, right?
We tried those. It didn't work.
We tried asking around. No one really knew where you were. Your deputy had less of an idea of where you might be than anyone else in the town. You may want to talk to her about that. But Sheriff, I do want to express my condolences. This can't be easy news for you to receive.
Let me guess. My deputy's at the south gate again.
Acting as some sort of welcome party, yeah.
I told her she needs to knock that shit off, but she finds joy in it, so is what it is. I appreciate the condolences.
That said, though, Sheriff, we traveled a great distance to arrive here and find ourselves short on work at the moment. Kind of a long shot.
What he's trying to say is, instead of us fighting each other, do you want us to fight something for you?
Well, at the moment I don't have much of... right as he's in the middle of that sentence, one of the guards comes bursting in, you know, kind of shocked to see that he's actually there, and whispers something into his ear and goes, "Can you hold that thought? I have to get to the south gate right now. If you really need work that much, you might want to come with."
Do we want work that much?
We don't really have anything else to do, and we need to start finding leads on how to fix things for Zephyros, and something that we don't even know about. So yeah, we should probably follow him.
Might as well.
Alright.
I'm sorry, I lost the train of thought here. So yes.
Yes,
Why didn't you just say that?
I did, in just more words.
Stop that.
You're right. Why say more words when some words do trick?
Hey, get in there and give me a copper piece.
I fear this may have skewed Ogilvy's view on the penal system.
At this point, he's walking out there. Are we fucking going or not?
So at this point, Ogilvy, I need you to roll a d6 for me.
6.
Okay, this is going to be interesting.
Thanks for rolling the worst one, Jay. God.
We don't know.
It might have been the best one.
It's definitely one of them.
Maybe it's the best one from an interesting fight standpoint, but the worst one in the surviving beyond this moment standpoint.
I mean, now granted, I just let a wizard whip my ass for 6 points of damage, so... and I'm betting that none of it was physical, it was all the emotional damage of, like, I'm trying to not fight.
I gotta find it, because this is
Joke.
shitty.
I lost to a guy that doesn't know which direction the blade goes.
Or in your mind. Maybe you just slash your throat.
Balls.
What was that, Bearfiend?
That he's just lucky that he didn't frostbite his balls.
It's true. I did watch Once Upon a Time in Hollywood last night, and I'm very, very glad that he didn't a pit bull.
Mm-hmm.
Alright, so I
Oh, hey,
just
look, it's
shared
Markham Southwell.
with everybody. Jay, you are going
Hello.
to be in control of this NPC for the foreseeable future. So,
I'm Tom Hanks.
yes, you're Tom Hanks.
Nice.
Review the character sheet, review the ideals, bonds, flaws, and you can feel free to use those as you see fit.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Danvers, I need you to roll a d10 for me.
7.
All right. So that would put us at mistaken. You get
Was there
You're
supposed to
gonna
be like stats and stuff associated with that sheet?
It should be associated with it under character sheet, or did you guys just get the bio and info?
Just
we
got
just
the
got the
bio
bio
info.
info.
Then how the fuck do I go about doing it? That's stupid.
I mean, if you really wanted us to, we could just search for the character sheet online.
Give me a moment. Because this is going to be a pain in the ass. I was expecting it to give you guys everything, and it chose not to.
Is there like
so-
options in the sharing menu? Like is all the character sheet stuff in the DM notes part?
Maybe. Let's see. Bio and info.
Yeah, because I was just able to get a no spoilers character sheet from Markham.
Okay. I'll have to see how I can do this then.
Since we're part of your campaign, we should be able to. Yeah, I'm looking at. You can access it on D&D Beyond, Jay.
Yeah, but I wanted to make sure I didn't get any like spoiler parts to it, so
There's nothing here outside of the attacks, and then the role playing
Yeah.
info that he gave us anyway.
Sweet.
Yeah.
Well, I got it.
Cool.
Alright. I gotta find this guy. Let's make sure. I just want to make sure before I give you guys everybody. Okay, so Corey, you will have a Sir Barlick Nyleaf.
Okay.
So you guys were there at. You want me to drop the link in, or are you good?
No, I can find. Is it in the Storm King's Thunder special NPCs thing?
Yes, they're all in.
Okay.
Yep.
Well, can
All
you,
right.
what was your name
Dan,
again? Sorry.
Can I get you to roll a d4 for me?
What was that person's name again, Mike?
That is Sir Barlick Nyleaf. Let me share him on here also.
Oh,
There,
there he
I
is.
just shared it. Sir Barrick Nyleaf.
Yeah. All right, so I'm controlling Barrick.
Yep. Dan, can I get you to roll a d4 for me?
Yeah, I got a 4. You guys can't hear me?
Okay.
I might have been talking over you.
You're, I didn't hear anything you said. You're gonna get to control Aldrich Brighthelm, the peppy little assistant here. Oh, this is gonna be a pain in the ass, isn't it?
His current quarry is a dwarf brigand, Warvel the Weevil Folkbeard.
Do you need me to send you that link, Dan?
I don't have the name.
Show to players. That is Aldrich Brighthelm. I just shared her with you guys. And
Okay.
Kaz, can I get you to roll a d6 for me?
Oh god.
3.
She's in love with the sheriff.
All right, you get one Seric of Suzel. tweak some shit here because it's going to be stupid. So if you guys want to review those for a minute, because some of this shit is not as conducive as I was expecting.
Hey, Artist Simper, I know that name. We stole a ring from him in another life. He hasn't seen it since he was a baby because he's not even on the right continent.
How do I change who has control of pre-made NPCs?
Hey, Danvers.
Yeah.
What's your god's name?
Helm. Helm.
It's Dan.
Yeah. Oh my God. My god's name is Danvers, but it was Helm.
That's this. Have we had somebody who was a Torm person?
Torm. I don't think so. Torm. Tyr was the god that the mockery was pretending to be in the Arcanicalism.
That's a thing. Yeah.
I gotta figure out how to give you guys control of these tokens. I don't
Do
know
I
how to fucking
remember?
do it.
I mean, you might not be able to. You might just have to move them for us.
Yeah, we'll go with that for now. Alright, so let's go to your guys' player map. So we have. I'm going to be showing you guys where your characters are currently located.
Start wipe. Scene change.
Come to our calls for aid.
The beacons are lit.
And so we have Markham Southwell with all of you guys up here by B6. Sir Barrick is over here by B8. Suzel is at B4. And Ogric is down there at the south gate. So if you all need a minute to review them, let me know.
Does anyone have anything that is more than 2 different actions?
I don't have. Where do I get actions?
If you go to on D&D Beyond, if you go to Sources and go to Storm King's Thunder, and then on the bottom right of the table of contents, Appendix D is Special NPCs.
Okay. So this is like a thing. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
All right. I see it. No, he's pretty normal.
So, the idea here is that we are going to be doing some things that involve you guys probably and highly likely needing some additional help.
Cool.
So, you guys get NPCs to run for the upcoming events.
Ooh, Neil.
I just figured it was easiest to take care of that at the moment.
If we convince them to travel with us, how do we level them up?
You just kill them with a flower.
I've played that. I've played that game before.
Just let me add them into the list real fast. So after reviewing them, if there's anything you would like to do with them at the moment, and alright, they should be. Need to make sure that this goes down far enough. Okay, it does. Alright, so as you all are running through the streets in pursuit of Markham Southwell, so it is another dreadfully cold day in the Icewind Dale. Has you bundled up in your warmest furs. Brinchander's Market Square was bustling with knucklehead trout fishers selling their finest scrimshaw to traders from the south, while other common folk warmed their hands and faces by small campfires. Everyone across town, people are trudging through snow-covered streets on errands. The town's outer walls block the worst of the wind, but not all of it. A sudden blast occasionally catches everyone by surprise, causing shivers and grumbles all around. Then the mood of the town suddenly changes abruptly. Something is amiss. Pedestrians are vacating the square with great haste, disappearing into their hovels as spear-toting guards with grim faces move with purpose towards the southwest gate. You hear a booming voice from that direction as it calls out, "Surrender, Arcus Climber! Die!"
I'm sorry, my internet hooked up on that. Can you say what you said again?
Surrender, Arcus Climber, or die. So I shall kick you guys over.
Excuse me, Malcolm. Who is that? Oh, that's a great question, Ogilvy. I'll tell you right now.
So the only one.
Pause for non-matching voiceover. You gotta leave your mouth open the whole time, though.
Alright, let's get you. Tree.
Does
So-
Sir Barrick recognize the voice? Is it that brigand the Weevil?
Roll a perception check for me.
All right, rolling a perception check for Sir Barrick Nyleaf. Oh boy, that's bad. Perception is intelligence or wisdom?
Wisdom, I believe.
To be wisdom.
He rolls a 5.
Does not sound like the weasel. Alright, so. But you are at the tavern. Sirik of Suzal is at the temple at the moment. Ogric is at the south gate, and Markham and you all are running towards the south gate at the moment. So let's kick you over, and I can show you what you'll be looking at here if it would move far enough for me.
Come, Henry.
Alright, so let me know when everybody's loaded in, and we shall continue.
Huzzah!
I don't see Sir Barrick Nyleaf on the map.
or Sirik.
Because they are both at their respective locations at the moment. You guys are going to have to decide what you want to do with them. So if you would have liked to move towards the south gate, seeing the sheriff running past these two relative locations, that is your choice.
Yeah, that was kind of the joke I was making when I said, "Come, Henry," and started.
I would say follow the leader.
I'm assuming we're going to roll initiative, so I'm just going to get out of the way now because I do have to go potty.
Because
For Markham, because he's in front of me right now. Markham rolled a 10.
Okay, give me a moment.
I turned off my touchscreen, that's why that's not working. Ogilvy rolled a 18. I'm going to throw that in the chat.
I got him. Okay. We're not there yet. If you guys want to pre-roll initiative for your NPCs, that is fine. So, Sir Barrick.
Sir Barrick, in addition to his trusty steed Henry, has rolled an 18.
All right. Ogric. Didn't hear you, Dan.
Yeah, we saw your mouth.
That was a 5.
5, okay.
5. And Suzal.
7.
All right. Get that rocking and rolling. So. So what you see before you is to the south of the gate, essentially, there is a group of 3 frost giants and 2 very large wolves standing outside of the gate. One of them takes
Oh, Jesus, there they are.
Yeah, they are a good way south. One of them, well, I guess we should wait for Jay for this since he's got a piece. So if we want to take a quick break, we can.
Okay, I could. I'm not gonna argue with the bathroom break.
We're just taking a quick pee break since you stepped away, Jay.
Come, Henry. So I was looking at my Spotify year in review, and because I spent so much time streaming music for D&D, um, like one of my top artists was Jeremy Soule, the guy who did the soundtrack for Skyrim.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not really mad about it.
Yeah, most of mine would have been podcasts from the McElroy family.
It did do a separate thing for podcasts this year, which I thought was pretty cool.
Oh, neat. Yeah, there's oh, on the 19th, I got tickets to the Candlelight show.
Right, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I'm happy about that.
Hello.
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 Hello. Hello, it's me, Markham Southwell. I'd like to tell you, even though I'm quick to defend this city, my initiative's only 10, so you better defend it for me.
All right, so you guys have come up on Aldrich standing at the gate, looking kind of befuddled because the majority of the guards here have abandoned their post, leaving her alone here as you all and your NPCs come running up. There is a very large female frost giant outside, who is currently demanding that the town surrender Artist Climber and the Ring of Winder and all of his possessions post haste, or there will be consequences.
I feel
Is
like
artist here?
Father.
I hug my father.
Eddie. But seriously, I say as Sirik, is artist here?
To your recollection as him, there has been no mentioning or sighting of artists this far north or anywhere that you have been that you can honestly remember. He's kind of just dropped off the map.
So, does anyone hear me say that?
Markham goes, that there is no person by that name here. I would know. I'm Tom Hanks. I know everyone.
I'm assuming you're shouting that to the cloud giants.
Yeah, it's more of a yell with gravitas.
Artist isn't here. Who
The
told you he was?
cloud giant responds with, sorry, this is gonna tear my throat up. We have been driven here by the magic means saying that his blood is here. And that means he is here, so you will turn him over and quit trying to deceive us.
Here's the problem here. If they're deceiving you, they're also deceiving me. And then they're deceiving us. Can we make this simpler? The guy you are looking for, he just said isn't here. And your solution here is burn down the town. And now I don't know what you're doing.
Why do you need his blood?
We need the Ring of Winter. We can restore the ordning with it.
Is anyone here related to this guy? Is that what they're smelling?
Sirik is very sheepish.
As soon as Ugly puts up his hand, Tom Hanks just puts it back down. It's like, no, not now.
Yes.
As Markham, has he ever heard of the Ring of Winter before?
Markham has not.
Yeah, he just goes like, excuse me. We don't know what you're talking about.
Sirik steps forward. He says,
Where would
artist,
you like to go?
it's like close enough. I mean, towards the gate so they can like see me.
Okay, so you pretty much end up on the wall because seeing frost giants approach the gates.
Oh, right, the gate would be shut. That makes sense.
Yep.
So he eventually gutters up.
Markham. Yeah, I don't have control of Markham, but I'm assuming he'd be up there as well.
Okay. Yeah, well, let me give you guys control of them, so I'll just handle
That's
that
fair.
part.
Artist was my father, but I haven't seen him in many years.
They go, we don't believe you. Our magic has led us here, and it is very rarely wrong.
But it has been wrong before.
With that, they have exhausted their enjoyment of you guys.
Yeah, that happens.
That tracks.
And can I get the actual party to roll initiative? So, Ogilvy, I already got you.
Yep.
Bearfane. Who is?
Walking around.
Yes.
Walking around. Kitchen thing.
The Critchin thing?
The kitchen thing.
Oh.
Can I get your initiative roll, Dan?
You still can't hear me? What the fuck?
I
You're in
can.
now.
We can now. Yeah, we couldn't before though.
I feel like I've heard him the whole time.
I just didn't hear him say a number.
Two, if you can hear me.
A 2. All right. Kaz.
A 9.
All right. Danvers.
0.
Really?
Yep. So when Tasha's Cauldron came out, they changed the Crusher feat, so it's not UA anymore. Now it's in Tasha's Cauldron, and they changed it so that it's not Strength or Dex, it's Strength or Con. So I lost my +1 or the score addition that I had to Dex, so now I'm back down to a -3 for my initiative.
Okay. All right. Well, with that, Ogilvy would be up first.
All right then. I'm going to take out my greatsword. I am going to No, instead I'm going to take out my javelin, and I'm going to prepare an attack in case one of the giants comes within throwing distance of the wall.
Okay.
And I'm just going to say, hey, no, why are you fighting people that don't have what you need? And that's my turn.
All right. Then next up we have Sir Barrick.
All right, Sir Barrick is going to move his. He's gonna move up to like kind of flank the gate with Brighthelm. So he's gonna give Henry a little kick, and up they move. And he's going to pull out his heavy crossbow and sort of level it at the giants, and he's gonna wait for them to. Well, how far? It looks pretty far, but yeah, he's gonna wait for someone to move into range. So basically, like he's waiting for someone to move to about there before he
Okay.
fires.
Just a reminder that these are solid wooden gates that can be
okay.
barred from the inside with heavy iron banded hardwood beams. Just a reminder.
Okay.
They're, not the kind of wrought iron and, wood lattice that normally comes to mind. It is more like solid, heavy wooden doors.
Right.
Is there anything else Sir Barrick would like to do?
I guess he'll. No, he's gonna stay there. He's gonna be ready to help with the crossbow, unless he gets some sort of order from the sheriff.
Okay. Then the Winter Wolves are up. They're going to go 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50. 50. And that will end their turns. Do you want to attempt to chuck your javelin?
I gotta flip pages. My javelin has a range of 30 feet and 120. So I'd say because it's disadvantaged, I wouldn't do it.
All right. Then that kicks us over to our Frost Giant individuals. So 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40. 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40. Let's see how close they are, and that'll determine what they're going to do. They'll do it with disadvantage, because fuck it.
Is the gate currently open so that Sir Markham can see them? Or sorry, Sir Barrick?
No, it is closed and barred. It got closed when the guards were fleeing because they saw giants approaching.
Oh, okay.
Yes. Basically, Ogric is the only one who was able to get eyes on the giants before it got closed.
Okay.
So the first one's going to chuck said rock with disadvantage, is going to miss. Next one's going to miss. And that one is going to hit.
What's he hitting?
The gate.
Okay.
5, 7, 12, plus 6. So that's 18 damage to the gate. And
Is that a lot?
It doesn't seem like it.
Okay.
All right, Markham is up.
All right. The one. Here we go. The one closest to him. This one right here. He's gonna take a attack with his heavy crossbow.
All right.
And that one is going to be +3 to hit. How does a 19 look?
That'll hit.
1d10 plus 1. For 4 piercing damage.
All right.
And then I have to wait till my next turn to load another crossbow bolt. So that will be his turn.
All right. Oh, I hate being called into work in the mornings. All right, Kaz is up.
Okay. 10, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 55, 60.
All right.
Back
Anything
it
else?
That's as far as I can run, and I can't see anything yet. So.
All right. Then we got Suzel, who is up there at the.
Yep. He is going to. Doesn't want to waste that, probably. So he's going to get a dart out and ready it if something gets within 20 feet.
Okay. Then, Dan, we have you with Ogric.
Can I tell if these giants can go over the wall, or do they have to go through the gate?
Let me double check. It's a. So we're looking at probably 20-foot walls. And I don't remember how tall a frost giant is off the top of my head. Anybody remember? 21 feet?
I was going to say something like 3'6". It's an ironic statement.
You would be aware if they were so inclined, they could climb the wall.
The 50 at a dash for puts her right there.
Okay.
And that's, I just want to dash to get to the top of the wall. Pretty sure that's all I can do.
And Bearfane, you are up.
Ooh, you get to go back to back.
Going
Mhm.
to as well to try and get in position himself, and that'll end my turn.
Okay, Danvers is up.
All right, Danvers is going to move, let's see, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. He's going to move there, and he's going to hold an action with a javelin in case anything comes through the gate.
Alright. Then we're at the top with Ogilvy.
Okay. Hmm. 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 I'm still gonna hold that action for throwing a javelin.
Okay.
And then while I'm doing that, I'm gonna try to get my body low on the wall to kind of limit my profile.
Okay.
And then really just trying to load up for the next throw, and that'll be my turn for right now. Because until they get into like running range, there's not really much else I can do.
Alright, then Sir Barrick is up.
Okay, with 3 people up on the wall, Sir Barrick's actually going to uh, take Henry back a few steps, back to like right there,
Alright.
and just keep that ready to action of the heavy crossbow bolt.
Okay. Then we have our Winter Wolves, who are going to go 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45. And they're going to butt up to the gate. So the dart and the javelin throw are available.
Okay, let me get back to the right character sheet here. Uh, 17.
17 will hit.
Okay, 1d6 plus 3 since I'm not raging. For 6 piercing damage.
Alright. And would Cyric like to use his dart?
Yeah. He is going to have a 12 to hit. No, 4, not plus 3, it's plus 5. Why can't I math that? 9, 14 to hit.
That'll hit.
Okay. And then he will get 7 piercing damage.
Alright. Okay, that gives those held actions done. Frost Giant friends. Going to go 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40. And then how far out are they? I keep losing myself on Windows.
I see what you did. Now you gave us these NPCs so that we all lose ourselves in our multiple tabs,
Yes!
giving you more time to plot against us and the town of Brinshander, you devious bastard.
You gave us an entire town just to take it away from us, you evil, evil man.
Again! I did it again! Alright, the first
I
one.
wanted to put a Motel 6 up here, leave the light on for people.
That will hit the gate.
But no, not a Rakshasa this time. 3 things that try to kill us, and they're dogs.
So that's 24 for the first one. The next one, if I'm not mistaken, that'll hit also. 15. So that's 34, so that's 40. stupid dice. And the last one will actually miss. So the Frost Giants are stopped there. Markham's up.
All right. Let's see here. He's gonna spend his turn reloading his crossbow, and then he will fall prone while doing so.
Oh, okay. Is there anything else he would like to do?
No, because he used his action to reload his crossbow.
Alright, then Kaz is up.
Come on, me. 5, 10, 15, 20. That's probably good, right? Okay. I am going to let's magic missile the wolf that is nearest.
Alright. Give me some damage.
3 of these, right? Yeah. 1, 5, 9 plus 3, 12.
Alright. What else you got?
Nothing.
Alright, then Sirik is up.
He's gonna throw down a dart on the same wolf. And he will have a 10 to hit.
That will not hit.
Yikes.
The
Okay.
wolf deftly dodges out of the way, seeing a second dart coming at it.
Alrighty.
Then Ogric is up.
She will finish her dash to the outer portion of the top of the wall, and with her crossbow attempt to tag one of the frost giants, actually.
Okay.
Closest to the west there, the one on the left.
The one on the left. Alright.
So here's her to hit. It's a 19. No, if she has any plus. Oh, wait, there it is. So it's a 21 to hit.
That'll hit.
20. 5 piercing.
Alright. Anything else you would like to do?
Well, I'd like to have a bonus action to reload, but I think that's probably not going to happen.
Alright, then that puts us up to Bearfane.
Is to that point there, trying to get to the top of the wall also, and it's my turn.
Alright, Danvers.
Remind me, what's the condition of the gate?
It's been bludgeoned by a number of rocks. The beam on the inside looks like it may start cracking here pretty soon. It's holding for now, though.
Okay. I'm gonna move up to there. Right. Hang on a second. Let me. Yeah, I'm gonna move to there. I'm gonna still keep that javelin ready, and that'll end my turn.
Alright, Ogilvy, you are up.
Alright, at this time, I would like to use my bonus action to rage. Having fun part here. It's features and traits will let me see my table. And where's my D8? That's until your rage ends, you are surrounded by multicolored protective lights. You gain a +1 bonus to AC, and while within 10 feet of you, your allies gain the same bonus. So let me override my AC for 15 right now. He is going to then, once I find out where my token is, grab his greatsword and just say, oh, fuck this. And go 5, 10, 15, 20, and then jump off, link down a attack from from Super Smash Brothers right onto that wolf.
Okay.
Yeah. And you know what? I'm just gonna do a regular attack.
Okay.
With my great sword. Don't roll like ass. Don't roll like ass. I rolled like ass. That's a 14.
14 hits.
Oh, thank fucking Christ.
Just barely.
Yeah, 2d6 plus 5. Didn't roll like ass. That will be 11 for the base plus 5, which will be 16 slashing damage.
All right.
And at that point, I will use my new fighter feature of Action Surge.
Okay.
And then I'm going to take another great sword attack on the Ice Wolf.
Alrighty then.
This one will be a 16 plus 6 for a 22.
That'll hit.
Don't roll like ass. Don't roll like ass. 8 plus 5, which will be 13 slashing damage.
All right.
And then how much fall damage do I take for falling 20 feet while raging?
17.
For real?
I rolled surprisingly well. Because it's a d6 per 5 foot.
It's a d6 per 10 foot.
It is 10 foot? Ah,
I
hold
think
on.
it's 10 feet.
I think you're right. Yeah, so half that, so 8.
8, which then comes down to 4 because of my rage.
It's 10 foot. My bad.
No worries.
No, we're good. Yep. And then I'm going to use another second wind. No, I'm kidding.
You have 3. Okay. Anything else you would like to do?
Realized I just jumped off the one thing protecting me from all these giants, but no, I'm good.
All right. Sir Barrick is up.
All right. Sir Barrick is going to. He's gonna stay there. He's gonna keep steadying the heavy crossbow, and he's going to call out. Southwell, shall we open the gate before they destroy it? And end his turn.
Okay. The Winter Wolves are up, and Ogilvy is prime pickings. So, the first one is going to roll a 18 to hit.
That would hit.
Alright.
Please don't kill my Ogilvy.
That will be 14 piercing damage. And I
Reduced to
need-
7.
And I need you to make a strength saving throw for me.
Okay. That will be a 16.
Alright. You are fine. The other one's going to make the same attack on you. How a 24.
I'll take another 7 piercing damage.
That will be 13 piercing damage.
Reduced to 6.
And I need you to make another strength saving throw.
That would be even better, 19.
Alright, you're good. Forgot to put that icon on that one. Frost Giants are up. And they want inside said town, so 5, 10, 15, 20. They'll do that temporarily and take a step back. 20. That one will go there and chuck his rock. That will hit. The plus some number. I hate math some days. All right, with that rock hitting, the gate has started to crack, and the beam is starting to bow. These other two are going to make great axe attacks, twice each. Both of those will hit on the first one.
Are these to me or to the wall?
To the wall. They want to get through that gate at the moment.
Okay. I was getting scared.
Yeah, you're good for now. 128 plus 6 for 34. For the first one. So many math rocks. Alright, so that's 26 for his second attack. Alright, this gate is looking really, really rough. The beam is about split in half too. There are holes currently being cut through the thick wood of said gate. And this one will make his attacks. That one will miss, one will hit. So 1, 2, 28. And the gate is basically in splinters and pieces, but holding for the moment. So step back, and step back. Markham is up.
Markham will turn around, say to Henry, open it or don't, the gates are done for. He'll grab out his longsword, and then he'll do more of the same. He's going to jump over the wall like Ogilvy to land on this left ice wolf.
Okay.
Alright, and then let's start off with plus 4 to hit. That will be a 16 to hit.
That'll hit.
And 1d10 plus 2 for the two-handed Legend of Zelda attack. That's 11 slashing damage.
Alright.
And his second melee attack is a 16.
That'll hit.
And that will be 8 plus 2 for 10 slashing damage.
Alright. That wolf has definitely taken some damage, but isn't looking too horrible.
Yeah, and will be just to the left of Ogie.
Alright. There, let's move you to... wrong one. I want to move you to the front. Alright, there we go. And Kaz is up.
All right, Kaz is going to cast slow over there. It's a hold on, I have to actually make the thing to make sure everybody fits inside.
Keep forgetting to drag that token over. Give me a moment.
Forward. It's that size. Did that right? Yeah. Yeah. So all them folks. Because it's up to 6 creatures in there.
Yep. Wisdom saving throw. Speed is halved. Number -2 penalty to AC and Dex, and can't use reactions. Action or bonus action, not both.
And single action, even if they have multis.
Okay.
Was that slow?
Yes.
Mhm.
Nice.
It's a brilliant spell. Nice work.
Yeah. Well done.
And what do I need to beat?
My save is 15.
All right.
Wisdom.
First wolf succeeds. Second wolf will fail. So he shall be slowed.
I really hope these giants don't have legendary resistances.
What is a good one for slow?
I think there's a snail icon.
Just put Ogilvy over top of it.
There is a snail icon. Okay. And the frost giants. That one fails. That one fails. And that one fails. They all failed.
Yay.
Let's go, Kaz.
All right. And... oh, wrong thing. Snail. Snail. And a snail. All right. What else you got?
I think that's probably enough for now.
Okay. Then Markham is up. Or no. Cyric.
Oh, right. I have to control him too. Said the gate is down.
Just about. It's
Okay.
basically Tinder right now.
And how far of a jump was this?
20 foot.
Seems dangerous. Pretty athletic. All right. He's gonna jump down on that wolf too
Okay.
with his short sword and see how that goes.
Roll to attack.
Does he scream father while he does it?
Got him! 21.
That'll hit.
He does 6. 5 piercing.
All right. So you'll be there. Anything else?
I'm not my father.
All right. Ogric is up.
Seeing as the love of her life has just jumped down onto a wolf, she is going to still use her crossbow and try and help him and hopefully hit the wolf.
Okay. By the way, Cyric has taken 4 points of damage from that fall.
Okay. Kadoka.
So that's only a 5 to hit.
That will not hit.
All right. She's just going to use her movement then to get closer to where the battles are. So if you can move her towards that platform 25 feet.
There you go. Anything else you would like to do?
Other than remember that she only has 8 bolts left.
All right, Bearfane's up.
I'm hoping that I'd be able to recognize the sounds of a failing barrier gate.
It would be reasonable to accept.
You probably could have at
That's
least heard Sir Barrick go, maybe we should open that before it's completely destroyed.
And Markham saying it's fucked.
So he's going to double back and go right there.
Okay. So dash, then Danvers is up.
All right. Danvers is gonna run up 5, 10, 15. Okay, actually, I should ask, is the gate openable from ground level? Or is it only...
Yes.
Okay. So was it 5, 10, 15, 20, 25? Can I like unbar the gate, I guess, before I open it?
You can make a strength check to certainly try.
Okay.
Sounds like you should be able to just blow on it, it'll open up.
Okay, a 9.
You're riding the struggle bus right now trying to get that gate bar out of its holds.
Okay, I'll stay there.
Okay. Then we're back at the top with Ogilvy.
Alright, now that I've got some friends, also, Sirac's controller, I think that's Kaz. You have +1 to your AC as long as you remain within 10 feet of me.
Okay.
Yep. Ogilvy is... Okay, how things are going right now. He's gonna reckless attack this wolf here that he's on top of.
Okay.
God damn it. Stay in my hand so it can be an intentional roll. That will be a 19 plus 6.
That'll hit.
Okay. And at that point, I get to re-roll that due to great weapon fighting. And that's much better, so that's 11 plus 5 for 16 slashing damage.
All right. That wolf is looking really rough.
All right. He's going to shout out 2 things. Is one, Malcolm, my wolf, and guy, like, we're on Zephyros' side, maybe, we think. And that's his turn.
All right, Sir Barrick is up.
All right. Seeing someone else try to move to unbar the gate, Sir Barrick is going to spur Henry up to there so that he can attempt to open the gate as well.
Okay. Strength check.
Okay. Sir Barrick rolls even worse. A 7.
You guys are struggling together at least.
Yeah, we really are.
Danvers still feels stronger than Sir Barrick.
That's something.
All right, our winter wolves are up. It's gonna go 5, 10 right there. So Markham and Ogie will get the attack.
I'm going to have Markham go first.
Okay.
That will be a 10, which I'm assuming misses.
Correct.
Ogilvy will then attack instead. And that one will be a 14 to hit.
That'll hit.
Okay, 2d6 plus 5. Get to reroll that. That ends up being better. That'll be 9 plus 5, which is 14 slashing damage.
All right, minus that. And that wolf is looking very, very well beaten. Almost dead. That one takes a step back, and both of them, almost simultaneously, are going to use their cold breath, which it exhales a blast of freezing wind in a 15-foot cone. So I need everybody in that area to take a dexterity saving throw for me.
In what
Ogilvy
area?
Gets a... So it'd be Markham, Ogilvy, and Sirach.
Oh, okay.
Yep.
Ogilvy gets advantage on dex saving throws because he's not blinded, deafened, or incapacitated.
Very nice.
And that will be a 19 for Ogilvy.
All right.
I think I only get a +1 on this for Markham. 11.
All right. Markham takes 18 cold damage.
Okay, so that we'll put him down there.
Ogilvy is only going to take 9.
The full 9.
And what does Cyric roll on a dex saving throw?
5. Bad.
5. Okay. And I need Markham and Ogilvy to roll a second dex saving throw because there are 2 sprays being shot at them.
Okay.
Cyric
Ogilvy,
5.
Ogilvy gets an 18 this time,
All right.
and then Markham gets a natural 20.
All right. So, wait, wrong dice that time. 7.
Strock's down already? Damn.
All right. So both of you only take 5 cold damage that time because you guys passed the dex
Okay.
saving throw. All right. That one wolf, because it's the end of his turn, is going to make a wisdom throw to try and break from the slow. So I need to beat a 15.
Correct.
That is not going to happen with a 14. Our giant buddies here are going to... That one's going to take a step forward. That one's going to take a step forward. Now let's see what goes from there. The first one is going to take a swing at the gate with 1. That's going to be a miss. Seeing his partner miss, she is going to take a swing. That is going to hit on that one. And that is... I'm having brain farts, guys.
What's the rock say?
We'll find out here in a second. The rocks say that the gate is now bust.
Okay.
So Sir Barrick and Danvers are now exposed as a gate comes basically splintering past them. And this one is going to go and try and chuck a rock at Ogilvy, because he's there. Does slow affect ranged attacks at all?
Yes, they're much easier to dodge.
I mean, their AC... Isn't their AC lower?
Yeah, their AC is -2.
Yeah.
I was just seeing if it had any effect on ranged attacks. But the rock chuck is going to be a total of 20 at Ogilvy.
I'll do it.
And that'll be...
Guys, I'm beginning to think they're not on Zephyros' side.
Well, they're frost giants.
That is 22 bludgeoning damage.
Reduced to 11.
And they're going to make their wisdom saving throws. The first one is not going to pass. The second one does pass. So no longer slowed. And the third one does not pass. They have to take a step back to get out of the friendly space. So many math rocks. Markham is up.
Is that a reaction?
I've
No,
already used my reactions.
What about Arkham?
He used them. He missed on the slowed wolf.
Gotcha.
All right. Ogilvy's gonna put away his great sword. He's going to take out one of his hand axes.
Markham's turn.
Oh, it's Markham's turn. Okay. Markham is going to take 2 attacks on this ice wolf over here.
Okay.
Let's just roll them both at the same time. The first one is an 18 plus 4 for 22. The second one is a 12 plus 4 for 16.
Both hit.
All right, so that'll be 2 d10s, since I've always said that they're two-handed. Oh god, rolled amazing. That'll be 10 plus 2 for 12 slashing damage and 9 plus 2 for 11 slashing damage.
All right. This wolf is definitely starting to look a little worse for wear, finally. All right. Anything else Markham would like to do?
He's looking at Ogi and knows that Ogi is not doing well. So he's just going to say, it's like, hey, like, tactically retreat, get yourself back into the fight. We need you here.
Okay. Then we roll around to Kaz.
Kaz is going to I feel like these are gonna be big. I'm gonna take a shot at sleep
Okay.
at the 3rd level.
Ooh.
So
That's great, because I don't feel good about attacking doggos.
20 foot. I think I should be able to get. Yeah. If I go here, I can get the wolves, but not the friendlies. Yeah, cool. So them. I need to roll these. How to count. So I get 5 plus 2. So that's 7, right?
Well, you're casting it at 3rd level, right?
Yeah.
So you get an additional 2d8 for each slot above first, so you get 9.
Okay. So that's
9d8.
So 2 more. 42.
42. And you're aiming for the wolves?
It's
Included in that?
it's the wolves and the giants starting lowest hit points.
With hit points, that wolf goes to sleep. And that one goes to sleep. And the giants are alright.
Okay. And then I'm going to hand a pepper to the raven and tell him to bring it to Ogilvy.
Alright. Off goes the raven.
If he gets there this turn, it's a bonus action to cast that.
He would have made it this turn. I'm figuring a raven has a pretty good flying speed.
Okay, then my bonus action is casting Dragon's Breath.
Okay.
I am trained to eat anything that birds give me.
So you've got a minute to use that.
Okay.
I'm nervous about how you said that. To eat anything that birds give you, or to eat anything that bird gives me?
You heard what he said.
Yeah.
The answer is yes. Alright. Can we get Sirik to make a death saving throw?
Okay. Come on, little Simber. Ooh, 4.
Alright. That's 1 failure. Alright. Then Ogric is up.
He's going to still try to attempt to crossbow the wolf that's now sleeping, so do I get advantage on that?
Yes, you would get advantage.
16 to hit.
That'll hit.
Right? Yep. 3 piercing.
Alright. That does wake the wolf from its slumber, though. Took damage.
Hopefully the hit was worth it.
Stupid NPCs.
Anything else you would like to do?
Just continue to save Southwell.
Alright, Bearfane is up then. And you have seen the gate burst. A couple wolves pass out. One is in the process of waking back up. And there are giants.
Advance to that position there, which I believe is going to give me the ability to cast Bane at the first level on the wolf by Southwell and these two forward-facing, the forward positioned giants.
Okay.
Get the fuck out of my city.
Bane.
So it's a charisma save of 14.
Okay. That one wolf, let's see what he gets. That is a failure. The frost giant is a failure. And a pass.
Okay, so the wolf by Southwell and then the giant on the left. Right? Yep. And that's going to end my turn, I think.
Okay, and that lasts for a minute, so I'll have to keep track of that. We haven't gone through a full round yet. Then Danvers.
All right, Danvers is going to move to there, and I'm going to use 5 points of lay on hands to pick up what's his name, Cyric.
Cyric.
Okay.
So Cyric has 5 hit points.
5 points and becomes conscious.
I think that's... Yeah, that's going to do it for Danvers.
Okay, then Ogilvy is up.
All right. He's gonna Scott for fire breath.
It's a 15-foot cone.
15-foot cone, however, is an action or a bonus action to actually use.
It is an action, unfortunately.
All right. So then I'm going to take out my hand axes, and I'm going to start by throwing at the ones next to Markham. And because these are ranged attacks, I can't use reckless attack.
Mm-hmm.
Oh shit, natural 20. So that's awesome. 1d6, and I gotta look at my vicious critical ability.
Roll a 6.
Savage attacks. When you score a critical hit, I can roll the dice. It does not specify it's a melee attack.
Works for me.
So that's a 4, which gets bumped to 8. Get to roll it again. That's a 6, which is bumped to 12. So that's 20 right there, plus 5, 25 throwing damage.
All right, that one against that looks real rough now also.
And then I'm going to throw my other hand axe with my bonus action. That will be a 13 plus 6 for a 19.
That'll hit.
And come on, stay on the goddamn table. That will be 4 plus 5 for 9.
All right, that causes this wolf to expire.
All right. Then I am going to, as my bonus action, I'm going to use Second Wind to give me 1d10 plus 2 hit points back. And that's the max for 12.
Very nice.
My d10s are being real nice boys right now. At this point, Ogilvy is probably going to tactically retreat still. But let's go 5, 10, 15 in order to maximize his I give you +1 AC range.
I have some bad news for you, though.
Uh-oh.
Why is that?
They have a 10-foot reach. So the two giants up front get attacks on you.
Well, I said I did.
If you would like to do something different, that is okay, because you would have been aware at this point that they have some reach to them.
Okay, then, no, then I wouldn't move, then.
Because you have seen them attacking the gate from a distance.
Yeah, I wouldn't do that.
Yeah, it's something you would have made note of.
Mhm. Well, guess what? If you're in that circle, any amount of views in that circle, plus 1 AC. And that's my turn.
Okay, then, Sir Barrick.
All right, Sir Barrick tightens his grip on his trusty maul, tightens his grip on his other hand on the reins of his steed, says, "On, Henry, for glory!" And he moves to here. He like jumps over Sirach, and he swings his mace or his maul, sorry, at this giant here, screaming,
Okay.
"For honor!"
Is he down the left? Is that what they were all talking about in that game?
He's the new character.
Shit, that's an 11.
That will miss, even without the slow on him.
All right. Well, glory shall have to wait.
This winter wolf is still asleep, so that moves us to our frost giants. And seeing things going as they are, we're going to go after Markham Southwell with an attack and Sir Barrick with an attack. So the first one at Markham is going to be a 20 to hit.
That with the Bane.
No. A 19.
Damn ones.
I tried. You could have
His,
been
his AC with Ogilvy's Rage is an 18.
Damn. So close.
I know, right?
4, 6, 16, plus another 6, comes to a 22.
He's looking rough.
Fuck.
And Sir Barrick, because this frost giant is not slowed, is going to take 2 attacks at Mr. Barrick.
I mean, at least we're preventing them from multi-attacking.
Mm-hmm.
This one is a 12 for the first one.
That'll miss.
The second one is a 19.
What does Sir Barrick benefit from that +1?
You
Yep.
would.
Okay.
If he's in that yellow circle.
We can't see the yellow
See it's
circle
circled.
Why can't you see the yellow circle?
because Mike has to set the settings on your token to be all can see your auras.
Oh,
I hit the wrong token. They changed shit, and I don't like it. Where do I go for that now?
but your AC's +1. The only friends that right now do not benefit from it is Bearfane and Crushes on Markham.
There we go. They put it in a weird spot now. So does that 19 hit Mr. Barrick?
Unfortunately, it does.
Okay. And so Math Rocks again. That is only going to be 15 slashing damage.
Oh, only. Okay.
But this guy is going to go 5, 10, 15, 20. Actually, that won't work because he doesn't have enough movement. So he'll stay back. I think he was there.
No, he trips in a very comedic way.
But
Yeah,
he will
Kaz saw that.
I don't have a good. I don't have a low roll saved.
it was just a joke.
All right.
Kaz is just humming to the.
Chucking a rock at Markham. That is a 28 to hit.
Goodness.
Jesus.
Hey, Mike, are we playing the final chapter right now?
So
Did we upset you?
it's reduced to a 24 with the Bane.
Good.
Oh, great. Let me check the AC.
You're welcome. 1, 3, 9, 12, 18 bludgeoning damage from a rock.
He has a concussion and is unconscious.
Night, night.
These things are dangerous.
It's almost like we weren't meant to fight this.
Why are we fighting them?
I don't know.
He is currently unconscious.
Who used the wrong words?
Probably me.
That's why they give you help for this one. All right. Markham would be making a death saving throw.
17.
All right. He is 1 up. And that's a con saving throw for sleep, correct? Or no, it's a wisdom. Failure and a failure. It's wisdom.
Okay.
Yeah. So they both are still slowed.
Hold on.
Markham
Wait.
is...
Sleep.
Or not
Sleep-
sleep, slow.
Oh, okay. I was
Brain
just-
fart. I know what I'm thinking. I'm just not processing.
Do you?
Do you have the time
That
to
is...
kill these giants, man?
Markham's good. Kaz is up.
Alrighty. Right thing to do. This wolf still asleep?
Yes.
Okay.
It is asleep, near death, and slowed.
Cool. Then I don't want to do that. To do good. I'm gonna try to frostbite the. Wait, that's stupid. They're frost giants.
You can certainly try.
I'm just gonna magic missile the non-slowed giant.
Okay.
Ooh, those are good rolls. 4, 8, 11, 14.
14. All right.
And yeah, and then I'm just gonna stay there.
Okay. Ba-ba-ba-ba-ba. Then Surik is up.
That dude's gonna short sword out. He's gonna step forward to the this one.
Okay.
So like 5 feet diagonal, and then short sword him. Still sleepy. Because that's a 7 to hit.
That will not hit.
Okay.
All right. Then after that is Ogric with Bearfane on deck.
Ogric is going to now turn her attention to the frost giant in front of the. No, you know what? I'm going to change my tactic. Seeing Southwell go down, and with her low hit points, she probably would not survive the fall. I would like her to dash back down the stairway and to head out the gate.
We'll do 45, 50. You'll make it right about there. 50 feet of movement. Oh, excuse me. Is there anything else you would like to do?
She cannot.
All right, then Bearfane is up with Danvers on deck.
You got it.
Bearfane is going to come over here. I assume there's room between Danvers and the wall there.
Yep.
And I'm going to cast Spare the Dying on Southwell.
Okay. Which means he becomes stabilized. Does that give him a hit point? I don't remember.
No.
It does not. It just literally cleans the slate for death saving throws.
Okay. Anything else Bearfane would like to do?
I'd like to, yes. I can't, so that will end my turn.
All right, then Danvers is up with Ogilvy on deck.
All right. Danvers is going to. I'm going to use 5 more lay on hands points to pick up the sheriff.
All right, Markham is fully conscious now, beyond just being stable.
Okay.
And I'm done.
All right, then Ogilvy is up with Sir Barrack on deck.
All right. He is going to shift forward a little bit. And looking at the measurement here, 5, 10, 15. So, unfortunately, I'm only going to be able to fire breath one of these. What's the damage on fire breath?
3d6.
Mike, can you put out the cone so I can measure a few things?
Yeah.
Because I think I should be able to get these two right here.
Just give me a moment.
I'm in class.
But I might need to take a hit from one guy in order to get both of them, and not Sirik.
I think this line looks right.
There's your cone.
Okay. I don't have the ability to move it.
So you're looking to do something like that. You should have the ability to move it.
Turn
All
it.
players should have it.
Nope. Oh, here's because I'm on the wrong thing. So if I'm right there, how do I not snap to the grid?
Alt.
Alt. There we go. Shift was not it. Yeah. Would where I'm at, would Sirik get hit?
Give it a little bend to the left.
Yeah, if you were to tweak it a little bit to the left, you'd be all right.
So clearly it's possible.
It's possible, yes.
All right, cool. Then I'm going to fire breath.
All right. Roll away.
Kaz, roll away.
Oh, I guess I'm rolling. 3
Because it's your magic.
That's,
I just sneezed.
3, 9, 12. And let's call it acid damage. That makes sense, right?
Okay. He vomited on him. All right. So there is horrible, horrible acidy spray coming out of Ogilvy's mouth, covering 2 of the frost giants at the moment, and they take 12 damage.
Mhm.
All right. Anything else, Ogilvy?
As a bonus action, I'd like to kick some sand or some pebbles into the frost giant that does absolutely nothing.
All right. Kick away. Sir Barrack is up.
I'm going to, or he is going to, once again swing at the frost giant to his south. God damn it, dude, this dice sucks. And miss again, so that's it for Sir Barrack.
All right. So we have our frost giants up with Markham next because we have a sleepy wolf. So this one is going to go after the immediate threat that is Ogilvy with only 1 attack. I'm assuming a 24 would hit.
It doesn't, actually.
Do a -4 for a 21. And Mathrox. 15, 21 slashing damage for the first
Reduced
one.
to 10.
This other one that has 2 attacks is going to take them both at Mr. Barrack here. The first one is a 10. And the next one is a 12. Assuming neither of those will hit him.
What was the first one again, sorry?
A 10.
Oh, yeah, no.
Alright, those both miss. We're gonna chuck a rock again. Let's go after. Since so many people are in range, let's roll a d4 to find out. That is gonna be Markham. I'm gonna chuck a rock at him. That is a 17.
It misses. His AC is 18 with Ogilvy's perma shield.
Finally.
Very nice.
Plus, with all the cover from having another giant in between them.
10, 15, 20. They'll move there. And then those two will make their wisdom saving throws. That's a failure and a failure on their parts. They are still slowed. Oh, Markham is up.
All right. Does Markham have any potions at all?
No, he does not. He has what he has.
Okay.
And what he has is a potion of greater healing.
And what he has is a death wish. I think he's going to take a step up to here, join Ogilvy on the line.
Okay. So move him right there.
And then he's going to make 2 attacks at this frost giant right here, 2-handed.
Okay.
Please let one of them be a natural 20. I have a 16 plus 4 for an adjusted 20, not good enough. And then an 11 plus 4 for a 15.
Both hit.
Oh, Jesus.
He's baned. He has a -2 to AC.
Mm-hmm. Both of those are 8 plus 2, so it'll be 20 slashing damage altogether.
All right.
Thank you, D10s. You're the only thing that's not disappointing me today.
4, and you said 20 to him. Damn it. Come on, pop up my little thingamajigs. All right. So Markham is anything else, Markham?
He's going to try to contain the little bit of poo that went out when he died.
All right, then Kaz is up with Cyric on deck.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm gonna have to get into the fray, I think. So 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. 5, 10, 15. Yeah. That's where I am. That's my turn.
All right, Cyric, what would you like to do on your death wish?
On his death wish? He's gonna stabby stab this guy.
Okay, roll to attack.
Jeez, he's terrible. 9 to hit.
That will not hit.
Hey, can we have Mike's dice that rolls against us to try to hit against him?
Try.
So after Cyric is Augric, followed by Bearfane.
Ogric is going to continue to spend her action to dash into the fray.
So that puts her
And-
right there.
Okay, I will end her turn.
Okay, Bearfane.
Bearfane would like to cast Guiding Bolt at the 3rd level at the giant in front of Ogilvy.
All right. And that's a dex saving throw, correct?
No, it's a
Range
attack,
attack. Okay.
range attack. I couldn't think of what the hell the word was. Six. It's a 21 to hit.
That'll hit.
All right. Lots. Blah, blah.
How much?
15 radiant damage.
How much? I only got the teen out of it.
Yeah.
18.
18. All right. Anything else Bearfane would like to do?
No, I think I'm going to keep it status quo for the time being.
All right. Danvers is up with Ogilvy on deck.
All right. I finally don't have to heal somebody. So I'm going to go 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. And... okay. I'm going to use my breath weapon. So those two giants there need to make dexterity saving throws.
Okay. Because they load. That's a failure. It's a 9. And let's see what you get with your disadvantage. Yep, they both fail.
Okay. They take the full 7 lightning damage. I didn't roll very well.
You spew lightning all over them, and they take the damage and get sparkly. Anything else?
Nope, that's it.
Alright, then Ogilvy is up
All right.
by Barrack.
I've got too many tags around here. This is the only one that's been hit so far, right? By attacks, not like by the one that looks the worst off, I should say.
The one that looks the worst off is technically this one. I don't remember what tags I have on. I haven't put one on.
Yeah, here we go. I'll take a great sword attack, reckless, on the middle guy then.
Alright.
How's the natural 20 look?
Looks real pretty.
Fucking
Nice.
yeah. All right. So 2d6. That gets re-rolled because it's a 2. There we go. So that ends up 8, which gets bumped to 16. I get to re-roll one of the dice. Stay on the goddamn table. Re-rolled because it's a 1. That becomes a 6. So it was 8 plus 12. So that's 20. 25 slashing damage.
Alright.
Then he would actually stay within, or he'd only take one opportunity attack by shifting back like this. But there's no point to doing that, so he won't do that. That's his turn.
Okay. Then Sir Barrack is up.
All right, Sir Barrack is going to try again to strike that giant. For glory! A 16, will that hit?
Yes.
All right, you're mine now, you little piece of shit. All right.
Listen here, you little shitbird.
Ooh, nice. 14 bludgeoning damage.
Anything else Sir Barrack would like to do?
Nope.
Alright, then we have our Frost Giants up, followed by Markham. So this first one is going to take an attack at Markham. How about a 23 to hit, and then I need a d4. So 21 to hit.
That misses, actually.
I wish. 5, 7, 19, 25 slashing damage.
He's down again.
Right. He doth be down again. This one is going to use its turn, and it's going to blow a horn that is god-awful loud, made out of a mammoth tusk. And with the sounding of the horn, you start hearing all kinds of loud thuds falling into the town behind you.
Oh, God.
right, and then this last one is going to go after Sir Barrick twice. 19 and a 27.
Jeez.
Do they hit? Sir Barrick,
Oh, sorry, what?
what's your AC?
It's 19 with Ogilvy's boost.
All right, so they both hit. So the first one. Ba-ba-ba. 9. Math. 35 for the first one. I
Okay.
rolled really well against him. And the
Uh-huh.
second one. Math is hard. 32 for the second hit.
Sir Barrett is down.
Jeez.
Yeah, I started rolling really high on those.
Starting?
Well, for attacks, I've been rolling well. For damage, I've been rolling low. They just
I
get a
think
lot of dice.
I think the 20 burgers you've been dropping on us would beg to differ.
Well, they get a +9 to hit.
No, I meant the 20 burgers of damage you've been dropping on us.
Yeah.
Like that 32-pointer just there.
Yeah. Well, I rolled a 12 and 11 and something else, and they get a +6.
Well,
Like
quit
right
it.
now, I feel like the offensive line of the Chicago Bears.
Falling apart?
No matter what you do, you're gonna die.
Mhm.
Okay, so that's done. Those two are going to make their saving throws. The first one does, the second one does not.
Oh, great, another 20 burger.
Nah, that was only a 19. So that one is no longer slowed.
Wait, hold up. Doesn't he get Bane for the saving throw against Bane?
Yeah.
Yes. That drops it to a 18. Or no. 17. Kaz, what's your
What's Kaz?
yeah, because you're the one that cast slow on him.
Oh, 15 is the saving throw. So.
So he still passes.
Yeah, but it's a 15 plus 9.
I don't make these rules, I just have to enforce them.
That's fair.
Markham's up, so he would need to make a death saving throw.
Now, granted, Mike, I don't need to tease you. I just want to. 3.
How many is that?
That
First
would
fail.
be yeah,
Okay.
first failure. Which leads us to Kaz with Cyric on deck.
Kaz does not like the way things are going. And we heard stuff behind us, like in the city.
It sounds like those really loud thuds that you guys heard outside of Nightstone.
Yeah.
Kind of figured.
Hey, Kaz, can you just throw like the fire rune at them and they just burn to a crisp?
That's back in the hotel. The thing's heavy. I can't just carry it around everywhere.
That's why you have Ogilvy.
He's not going to just carry it around everywhere. He has to put it down to fight.
Well, attach it to a chain so he can smack people with it.
Ooh. New weapon. Let's see. What can I do that is useful? How long does this last? I am going to poke my head out, cast Frostbite on this one.
Okay.
It's a con save for cold damage.
All right.
I get to roll 2 dice now.
Ooh.
23.
That went up at level 5?
Yeah.
Wow.
Nothing's gonna happen if you passed. And then I'm going to say things are going poorly. I have an escape plan. If we need to get away. And take us 2 steps back.
Oh, hello. We need to get away.
Then come back.
I don't know if you know this, but Tom Hanks is dead.
Who? Our friend is going to slash again.
All right.
This time he's not going to suck. 12 to hit? No, wait, that's a 9. No, wait, that's a 6. It's 12 to hit. No, wait, 11 to hit. I can't even math.
So close, yet so far.
Okay. He's just struggling, but he's staying there in the fight.
All right. So after Sirik, we have Ogric with Bearfane on deck.
Rick is going to use her 25 feet to advance up next to Bearfane. And then she's still going to have the crossbow because she's not within melee range yet. It's only an 11 to hit one of the frost giants.
That will not hit.
Okay. I think she's down to like 5 bolts left, or maybe 6, but that'll end her turn.
All right. Then Bearfane is up, followed by Danvers.
Going to try to hit that middle frost giant again with guiding bolt
Okay.
at the third level.
All right.
Anyone to hit?
21, you said?
Yes.
That'll hit.
Fine, please. Yes. It's the same. 18 radiant damage.
All right. Is there anything else Bearfane would like to do?
Yeah. Since the Bane doesn't seem to really be. He's got as much. I'm going to drop concentration on that.
Okay.
And as a bonus action, I'd like to cast Shield of Faith on myself.
All right.
That will end my turn.
Danvers is up, followed by Ogilvy.
All right. Danvers. What are we gonna do? You know what? Danvers is going to cast Crown of Madness on this giant right here. So it's a Wisdom saving throw.
You said the one right in front of you, correct?
Correct, yeah.
All right. Wisdom saving throw. I'm losing dice. All right. That puts us at a total of 9.
Okay, so a twisted crown of jagged iron appears atop his head, and a madness glows in his eyes. So the charmed target must use its action before moving on each of its turns to make a melee attack against a creature other than itself that I mentally choose. He's going to attack the boy right next to him. He's going to slay his own buddy. So yeah, I'm gonna do that, and I'm going to move 2, 5, 10, 15, 20. I'm gonna stand over Sirik.
Oh, Sirik.
Yeah. Just to kind of protect his body for now. And that's it for me.
Okay, let's move you to the back so we can have you available. All right, Ogilvy's up, followed by Sir Barrick.
All right, he's doing the same thing as always. Guiding Bolt grants advantage on the next attack on the creature, right?
Yeah.
All right. Well, then I don't need to make this a reckless attack. Holy fucking shit, dude! That's another natural 20.
Oh, nice.
Yes.
We need them.
We definitely need them right now, because I've been on life support this entire fucking fight. So that's re-rolled because that. Holy shit! So that starts off as 12, bumped to 24. I get to re-roll one of these. I get to re-roll that because it's a 2, and that becomes another. I rolled max damage in this.
How much?
So it's 3 6s, which get bumped up to 36 plus 5 for 41 damage.
Nice.
Thank you, Great Weapon Fighting, and thank you, Guiding Bolt.
That took them into their realm.
Dan, you missed it. That turned a 2 into a natural 20, and turned a miss into 41 damage.
Nice.
Thanks
Yep.
to Guiding Bolt.
Mm-hmm.
All thanks to Guiding Bolt. Yeah. Now, if you excuse me, I'm gonna go buy a lottery ticket.
Anything else?
No.
All right. Then Sir Barrick is up for a death saving throw. As Corey walks away after I told him he was on deck.
Natural 20.
Okay.
Nice.
He doth been stabilized.
And with 1 hit
His
point.
horse breaks up too.
Yep. So
Oh, that was Sir Barrick. Sorry, I thought that was Sir Rack.
No. He got up because you healed
That's
him,
right.
and then the
Yeah,
giant left him alone.
sorry, I
'cause he
forgot. I
missed-
forgot he didn't die again like Southwell did.
we'll just square you guys up
Hey,
like that.
he was part of the Vanguard. I don't know what you guys were doing trying to open a goddamn gate.
All right. Frost Giants are up now. And
They were gonna do that themselves.
Does that work, Mike? Can I do that?
Yeah,
Since he's
that'll work.
prone.
All right, seeing as Southwell is down, this one's gonna take a step there, essentially. I'm trying to find a good spot right there. And we're gonna take a shot at Ogilvy for the first one. And that's the first attack. Oh, wrong dice. I'm rolling 12s.
Nope. Keep it.
Actually, you don't want me to keep it. I rolled lower on the 20.
Okay.
I don't think a 10 would hit.
A 10 would not hit.
If you want me to keep the 12, that would be a 17 to hit.
No, we're good. We're fucking good.
You sure?
Yeah, we're good.
All
I was just teasing you.
The second attack will be a 27 to hit.
Oh, that hits.
And so,
I'm going to tell you right now, based off the way you're rolling, I'm just automatically at 1 HP.
that's a total of 20 damage.
No, it's a total of 6 damage because I'm going to use Relentless Endurance to make sure I stay at 1 HP.
And then Big Ugly here is... Oh, wait. There's still another attack on this one.
He used 2.
Yes, but there's the other one before I get to the last one.
Oh, okay.
But they saw you going down at the same time being handled, so Cyric is going to take a attack. That is a 16 to hit.
His AC is 14. He gets +2 because he's parrying.
He also
And
gets +1
He
because
gets
of me.
+1 because of
Miss.
that guy.
All right, so that's a miss. And this one is going to take an attack at its buddy, and it is not slowed, so it gets 2. The first one is a hit, and the second one is a hit. See, you should have done this a while ago.
Which one is mad?
The one
The
right.
right one. Okay. The one that looks like he has a skull fracture.
33 damage. Alright. For the first one. And the second attack. 6, 18, 21. So that's 25. And they are looking real rough. Alright, that ends our giants, which puts
So
Markham up.
he gets to make another wisdom saving throw.
Okay. Luckily, they're not very wise. What's he got to beat?
14.
He beats it. No longer mad.
Okay.
It's good while it lasted.
Mm-hmm. It did put 50 damage on a giant.
Yeah.
And so, Markham, death saving throw. Followed by
Hold on,
Kaz.
how many fails does he have?
He has 1 fail currently.
Okay. How many successes?
0.
Okay.
That's a 5. So now it's 2 fails, no successes.
Just, Jay, remind me before he rolls.
Portent.
Well, I mean, we were talking it out. I didn't know that.
On the next one. I was saying
Okay.
on the next one.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Because I might remember something.
Kaz is up.
Kaz is going to take out one of his ropes, get it to about 10 feet, and cut it. And then he's going to shout again, now's the time if you don't want to die. And then I guess I'll hop out again and frostbite this one.
Alright.
I still have distance on that. Yeah. Okay.
And that's a saving throw, correct?
Of some kind, of the constitutional kind.
That's an 18 plus 8 for a 26.
He's fine.
Okay. Anything else?
Step back with my rope.
Alright. Sirik is up, followed by Ogric.
Sirik will swing his sword. Hey, he might hit something. It's a 19.
That'll hit.
Going for this one.
Okay.
He's not very good at this, though, so... plus 3. 8 piercing.
So, the wonderful irony of the situation is your NPC has killed a frost giant.
He's the hero of the realm.
For father!
Alright.
Can you see me now, father?
Sirik, anything else you would like to do?
Yeah. I mean, there's nothing he can do. He's just stoked.
Alright. Ogric is up, followed by Bearfane.
All right, Ogric would like to move towards the frost giant on the left, and as well as she can, if she can stand over Southwell's body while she makes her attack.
Right?
I don't know if because she's trying to cover him, because obviously there's a thing there.
Yep, we'll put her there.
All right, so this time she is switched out to her warhammer, and we'll try to make a melee attack. Does a 15 hit?
A 15 just hits.
Nice. What is... Okay, sorry, I was just reading her content, and I was kind of confused. 4 bludgeoning damage.
Alright. Anything else you would like to do?
So Bearfane's up.
Yep, Bearfane's up,
All right.
followed by Danvers.
He's going to move out because I think I was still partially covered on that corner of the wall. And he's going to attack the same frost giant.
Alright.
Let me see how he would like to do that. Let's say that he's going to cast Inflict Wounds at the second level.
Okay.
So it's an attack. And I would like to use my Channel Divinity to add 10 points to my roll, making it a 14. And then with my modifier, it makes it a dirty 20 to hit.
That'll hit.
4d10s. Necrotic damage.
How much?
2-1.
2-1. All right. Still standing, still looking relatively the same, just slightly worse than usual as this green energy pulses through him. Anything else, Bearfane?
I think the War Priest specifically... No, actually, it says it too. It's kind of vague. Let me see what your interpretation is of this. It says when you use the attack action. Is a spell attack the same as a melee attack in that regard?
I would say so.
Okay.
It says
War
attack
Priest.
melee, so
It says, yeah, okay. So War Priest for a bonus attack on that guy, and that is going to be a melee with my hammer.
all right.
17. Yeah,
17.
17. All right. And he takes 8 more bludgeoning damage.
Okay.
That will
Anything
end
else?
my turn.
All right. Danvers is up with his 0.
All right, I'm gonna step there to get off of Sir Barrick. I'm gonna try something on here. I'm gonna use my bonus action to cast my second level spell, Magic Weapon. Danvers kind of under his breath says to himself, "By the power of Danvers, I thee smite," and kind of like he's a bronze dragonborn, and he kind of like glows bronze, and you see the bronze glow go like it like sort of fades up his arm, up the shaft of the flail, and then just onto the head of the flail. And I'm going to make an attack on this frost giant here to my my right. I'm going to use my inspiration to re-roll that. Okay, does a 19 hit?
19 will hit.
Sorry, an 18 because it's a +1 weapon now.
It'll still hit.
Okay. All right. So this is going to be 11 bludgeoning damage from the first attack, and then for my extra attack, does an 11 hit?
11 does not hit.
Okay. That's going to be it for me then.
You guys are still hearing these booms off in the distance as you assume the town is being pelted again. It seems like they may have tapered off a hair, but definitely still getting pelted. Ogilvy is up with Sir Barrick on deck.
All right. He knows he probably should run for Kaz's rope to nowhere, but he is himself. So he's going to start off with a reckless attack against the guy on the left.
All right.
That's a 16 plus 6 for a 22.
That'll hit.
Both those get to be re-rolled because they're ones. And instead that becomes a 7 plus 5 for 12 damage.
Okay.
And then I'm going to go. Oh, because he knows that his shield makes it easier for his friends to defend the attack. Yeah, that's gonna be his turn.
All right, then we have Sir Beric up with the Frost Giants on deck.
All right. Sir Beric is going to stand up. I need to look at something really quick. Okay. Sir Beric's going to mount Henry using the other half of his movement. And is going to attempt a maul attack against this frost giant, since he's kind of stuck right there. Nope. End of turn.
Okay, Frost Giants are up. This one to the left here is going to try and crush the little dwarven lady. The first attack is going to be a total of 20 to hit.
Only hit. Trying to see what her. Oh, okay. Yeah. Definitely hits.
33 bludgeoning damage.
Oh, God. She died 2.5 times.
Did you say 73?
33.
Oh, in my head it was 70.
So she has perished.
She's actually dead.
Dead.
What?
Yeah,
Yeah.
she only had 13 hit points, and 26 hit points
no.
would have killed her.
Yeah, that's an auto death.
No.
And so second attack will go after Bearfane. That is a 16 to hit. Taken, that's a no because of your AC.
Yeah,
Yeah,
couldn't
that's a no.
Okay.
Okay, this other frost giant is going to go after Cyric because he killed a frost giant.
Parry.
I'm gonna use my. Oh, are you parrying?
Well, I mean, he gets
I'm
one.
gonna use my reaction to impose disadvantage with my protector.
Okay. That comes out to a
DC 17 for this swing.
15 for that first one.
Nice.
And the second one,
No parry, so it's a 15 AC.
that is a 17.
Ball.
Ta-da. That is 34 bludgeoning damage.
Good God.
Gone.
So he is
He's unconscious. 'Cause that's-
unconscious.
right? Because it has to be double.
Yes.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
A single attack has to put you negative equal to the number of hit points you have maxed. In
Well,
order
his
to
max
kill
is
you.
22. He only has 5 right now.
Yeah, but it'd still be like
Right.
enough
It
get
would still have to be
negative-
44 damage in one attack.
Okay. Gotcha. Cool.
Yeah, it's based
Alright,
off of
so-
max hit points, not current hit points. Luckily.
Cyric is unconscious. But that puts us to Markham.
Who needs to make a death saving throw? And Kaz apparently has something to say.
Kaz remembers he does not die in this moment. He rolls a 15.
Okay.
Okay, so that is 1 success, 2 failures.
That moves us on to Kaz, followed by Cyric.
Okay.
You're like
Kaz.
the guy from the third Men in Black movie. Oh, this is one of my favorite moments, unless this happens.
Yeah, pretty much.
So Kaz has taken out that 10-foot rope and he's casting rope trick. So it becomes stiff, goes straight into the air. And climbing is just movement, not action, right?
Yeah, it's just movement.
So then I'm going to climb up this rope.
It's just difficult terrain is all.
Into. So yeah, then I'll make it up the 10 feet into an extra dimensional space. And that's where Kaz is.
Okay. Anything else?
That's it for him. And then other dude is not to be wait, he's down, so he has to roll to not die.
Not to be deterred, but he's very deterred right now.
18.
All right, that's a success.
Okay.
Right, then Sarek is done. Ogric is dead, so we're on to Bearfane.
Don't worry, townspeople. Your entire army is right here.
What did you say, Dan?
Sorry, I was just thinking. I'm going to do inflict wounds at the second level again.
Okay.
Fuck the dog. There's a 15 hit.
Meets it, beats it.
Sweet. Nice. 22 necrotic damage.
All right.
And then War Priest for an extra attack. Let me check something real quick here.
Can't hear him.
Nobody can hear me?
Now we
There
can.
you are.
Now I can.
Oh, okay. Sorry, I was checking on something that I ended up going for my bonus action for with War Priest, just a melee attack again. And it was a 23 to hit.
Okay, that hits.
The bed. That is only 3 bludgeoning.
All right. It's still damage. It still counts.
Yeah.
Anything else?
Nope, that's it.
All right, Danvers is up.
All right. I'm gonna attempt to hit it with my flail. That's not gonna hit. It's a 15, right?
Yep, 15.
All right. Extra attack. Natural 20.
Let's go.
Nice.
I'm going to burn a spell slot on this for Divine Smite, because if I didn't, I'd be stupid.
Sure, you would be stupid.
Okay. Yeah, so it's going to be 3d8 plus 5 doubled. All right, so that's 10, 16, so 32,
Plus 5.
37 bludgeoning damage, and Until the start of my next turn, attack rolls against that creature are made with advantage because of my Crusher feat.
Very nice.
Um,
Anything else?
Nope, that's it.
And the giant's also ugly.
Then Ogilvy is up.
Well, if I've got advantage, I might as well fucking use it.
What are you attacking with?
My greatsword.
What's the reach on that? Because it's this one over here that is advantaged.
Yeah.
Oh, well, then I didn't know that. Because I can't look at tokens,
Where is-
apparently.
There is a
Ogilvy
Ogilvy
is...
is around all the X's.
Okay, I don't see him.
I'm pinging.
He's not there. There's no face.
There.
Really?
I see no face.
To the east of Southwell.
So he's underneath Bearfane?
No, he's south
He's
of me.
south of Bearfane, yeah.
Now I only see Ogilvy and not Bearfane. Whatever,
Interesting.
it's fine, that's messed up.
Very
If you try to
interesting.
open in both eyes at the same time.
One's in red, one's in blue. You gotta use the 3D goggles.
Then you know what?
Okay.
I'm going to make a reckless attack at the frost giant to my west.
Okay.
That was not good. That's 10.
Misses.
Okay. That's my turn.
And Sir Barrick is up, followed by the Frost Giants.
Alright, Sir Barrick does not fear death. Sir Barrick is attacking with his maul with advantage because Danvers is awesome. That's going to be a
Hey, that is
19
how I like it.
to hit.
19 hits.
19 hits. That's going to be 2d6 plus 4 bludgeoning damage. So that's going to be 11 bludgeoning damage.
Anything else?
Nope.
Right. Then our Frost Giants are up. Looking at the two of you, this one's going to take a swing at Ogilvy and one at Bearfane. So the first one at Ogilvy is going to be a 19 to hit.
He's down, no matter what you roll.
All right. And then the second one at Bearfane is a... My brain just crapped on me. A 15 to hit. That misses, if I'm not mistaken.
You are not mistaken.
This other one is going to take one swing at Danvers and one swing at Sir Barrick. The one at Danvers is going to be a 25 to hit.
That will hit.
That'll be 21 bludgeoning or 21 slashing damage. And the one at Sir Barrick is a natural 20.
I'm gonna use. Sorry, I was gonna use my reaction to oppose disadvantage on that attack with my protection.
Okay. That puts it at a 13 to hit.
That will miss.
All right.
Danvers is
And that-
achieving everything he set out to do.
So Frost Giants are up. Markham is unconscious, so I need a saving throw, followed by Kaz's turn.
Roll well. Southwell. You're muted, Jay, I think.
I rolled a 6. Markham is dead.
Pile de la corpses.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Death.
I mean, it's kind of poetic.
Yeah. Romeo and Juliet shit, except only one of them knew the other was in love.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Kaz is up, followed by Cyric.
Kaz is gonna pull up some of the rope to about, so there's only a few feet sticking out, so the friends can see it, but just to be on the safe side.
Anything else?
Nope.
Then a saving throw for Cyric.
11.
All right, that's 2 successes.
Yes, it is.
Then Augric's dead. Bearfane is up.
I'm going to do that same thing with the inflict wounds.
Okay.
Uh, 19 to hit.
Hit.
$21 necrotic.
All right. See you into that realm.
And while I still have it, War Priest for one more attack. Did you guys hear that?
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. That's an 18 to hit.
18 will hit.
3 more bludgeoning.
All right.
That'll end my turn.
Okay, then Danvers is up, followed by Ogilvy.
All right. I am going to use my action, and because the amount that I do isn't really going to make a difference in the end, I don't think I'm going to use 1 point to revive Ogilvy.
Okay. Ogilvy is no longer unconscious.
I don't have enough points to make it so that he can survive an attack, but I do have enough to keep him from rolling. And that's it for me.
Hey,
Okay.
Ogilvy was rolling fine. It was Markham who rolled like shit.
Right. I just, I'd rather not have you make death saving throws if I can help it.
Yeah, that's fair.
All right, then Ogilvy is up, followed by Sir Barrick.
Alright, half my move speed in order to stand the fuck up. Yeah, any sort of hit, and with their plus to hits, I might as well just go reckless. 15 plus 6.
That'll hit.
Okay. That's 9. Oh, shoot. I should have used my bonus action to rage. Am I allowed to do that?
I don't see why you wouldn't have been able to.
Okay, because I simply forgot that my rage ended when I dropped.
Yeah, we would allow it. There's a lot going on. It's stress.
Yeah.
It's okay.
Yeah.
That was nuts.
Where is my... So, it would have been 9 plus 5 for 14 slashing damage.
Okay.
And then my wild magic on this is an 8. What's 8? What is 8? What is 8? A bolt of light shoots from your chest. Another creature of your choice that you can see within 30 feet of you must succeed on a Constitution saving throw, or take 1d8 radiant damage and be blinded from the start of your next turn. Until your rage ends, you can use its effects on each of your turns as a bonus action. Chest laser!
I'm assuming the giant in front of you.
Yes.
All right. A con saving throw.
Yes. Of 14.
Interesting. How's an 11 sound?
Chest
Wonderful.
laser! Is this a great weapon? No, it's not. It's just a pretty cool weapon. For 5 radiant damage, and it is blinded, so it gets disadvantage on all attacks.
It's kind of permanently blinded.
Ooh, he killed it. Chest laser
Chest
for the win.
Chest laser.
Chest laser for the win.
Just keep on going with the tears, guys.
It's still your turn.
No, because I attacked.
No, that
I
was your.
attacked.
Bonus action was raging.
Yeah, you
Yeah.
you interrupted your attack with your bonus action.
But Mike also took the damage from my attack.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, we just did step 2 before step 1 because I'm an idiot.
Okay.
Sir Barrick is up though.
All right, Sir Barrick is going to swing his maul at the remaining giant. That's going to be a natural 18, so that'll hit.
That'll hit.
Oh boy. Oh, that dice went for a run for 6 damage. Okay, so that's going to be 8 plus 4, so 12 bludgeoning damage.
All right.
And that's it.
Well, the regrettable news is it's been enough rounds where this wolf wakes back up. One everybody's been ignoring.
Mhm.
So, let's see. No, he does not get that back. But he is going to take a bite attack at Sir Barrick with advantage because he has pack tactics. That is only an 11 to hit.
That'll miss.
All right. So then Frost Giant, that will be 1 at Danvers. Actually, not liking the way things are going. He'll take both of them at Danvers.
Okay.
The first one is going to be a 24 to hit.
That'll hit.
That's 32 slashing damage.
I am unconscious
Okay. Then
for the first
seeing-
time in this campaign.
Then seeing that, he's going to go after Sir Barrick for the second attack.
End of my road.
That is a 25 to hit.
That'll hit, and Sir Barrick will be unconscious as well.
All right. He goes unconscious. So that ends the Frost Giant's turn. Markham's dead. Kaz is up.
Kaz is going to enter the Raven and go and fly over there to see what's going on.
You are seeing that Ogilvy has a chest laser. Bearfane's looking halfway decent. Ogric is dead. Markham is dead. Surik is unconscious. Sir what's his nuts is
Sir Barrick is unconscious.
Sir Barrick is unconscious. Danvers is unconscious. 2 of the Frost Giants are dead. The wolf has woken up, and there's 1 real raggedy-looking Frost Giant left.
I'm just going to hover. That's my turn.
Okay. Then Surik is up for a death saving throw.
Yep.
11.
All right, he has stabilized. Unconscious but stable.
Someone didn't die.
Then Bearfane is up.
I'm going to come over here, cast Spare the Dying on Danvers.
Okay.
Getting through.
Yes.
Yep.
So he stabilizes.
And then for a bonus action, also on Danvers, I would like to use Healing Word at the first level. He gets 6 hit points back.
Thank you very much.
All right, that rolls us into Danvers' turn, followed by Ogilvy.
Okay, I am going to... I'm going to cast Cure Wounds on myself.
All right.
Only 5. Damn. That's alright. I'm gonna... You know what? Nope, I'm gonna stand up.
Okay.
And that's it.
Then Danvers is done. Ogilvy is up.
Bonus action chest laser, Frost Giant.
All right. That's a saving throw on his part, correct?
Yep, Constitution saving throw of 14.
He has a 27 for that one.
All right, so I missed his eye. If that's the case, he's going to step over Barrick and make a reckless attack at the wolf.
All right.
At the wolf? No, he's going to make a reckless attack at the frost giant.
Okay.
Yeah, frost giant. That's a 15 plus 6, 21.
That'll hit.
That gets re-rolled because it's a 2. That becomes 11 plus 5 for 16.
All right. He is still standing.
And then as my third bonus action, I would like to make sure that my vacated bowels don't impact my fighting.
All right. Then Sir Barrick is up for a death saving throw.
That's a failure. So he's had a success and a failure.
All right. Then our Winter Wolf is up. He gets his breath weapon back. Seeing as the gate is down, it's going to go right there. "15-foot cone. Something of that persuasion.
Oh no.
Basically just avoiding everybody. So, I need everybody to make a dex saving throw.
It doesn't matter because if I take any damage, I'm down.
Is this auto death for Sirach?
He would have been stabilized, so...
Right, but
I
if
think
he's
you
stable
roll...
and you get hit by this.
It depends
It's
on how
one
much
failure.
damage he takes.
Okay.
Sir Barrick, however, automatically fails. Because he's...
So it would be an automatic fail.
Mhm.
And it depends how bad the damage is.
So Ogilvy goes unconscious,
Mm-hmm.
and...
I got a... Oh, actually, shit. I have a negative for that. So that's going to be a 13.
Okay, you passed, so you only take 10 cold damage.
Oh my god.
Bearfane, what did you...
A 10. Okay.
I don't know.
how do we handle Cyric, since he is unconscious, but it would be 20 damage?
Well,
22. Go ahead.
he automatically fails, so he takes the 22 damage. So he basically, since it didn't kill him, because it would have needed to be 44 damage, he goes back to making death saving throws. I need to look to see what happens right now with. Okay, it's just a failure for Sir Barrick, so he's at 2 failures.
Okay. Then our Frost Giant is up, unconscious. He still has 2 enemies up. So, feeling relatively safe at the moment. He's going to go 5, 10, 15, and he's going to take an attack at Danvers and one at Bearfane. The one at Danvers is a 15 to hit.
That will miss, and I will use my reaction to impose disadvantage on the one towards Bearfane.
The one at Bearfane is a 18. So that's
But with Shield of Faith, it does not.
all right. Sounds good to me. All right, so Frost Giants are done. Kaz is up, followed by Cyric for a death saving throw.
Raven's going to come back. I'm going to hand it one of my potions of healing and fly back out there.
Okay.
If I have the ability, I would like to hand it to Danvers via the Raven, but
You could fly it to Danvers, but it would be up to him to take it.
okay. So Danvers, there's a Raven flying in front of your face with a potion.
Okay.
And then Srac back to rolling. That's a 9.
All right, that's a failure. Dead Bearfane is up.
Okay. His movement forces me to change things a little bit. So I am going to instead cast. Inflict wounds at the first level. Oh, for fuck's sake. That's a miss.
Okay. Anything else you would like to do?
Because either way, I'm going to get bludgeoned, so I might as well stand there and take it like a man.
All right, Danvers is up.
Or a dwarf.
All right.
Mandor.
What's it going to take for me to grab this potion?
Bonus action, I'd say, because it's readily available.
Okay. Then I will grab that and use my bonus action to drink it.
Okay.
Was that 2d4 plus 4? 2d4
For
plus
a
2?
standard.
It's a regular 2d4 plus 2.
Alright, so that's going to be 2, 4, 6 points of healing.
Okay.
And that's my bonus action in action then.
All right, then Ogilvy is up.
11.
All right, that's a save. Sir Barrick.
Alright. Sir Barrick dies.
Barrick passed away.
Scott wins for most resilient hero.
Winterwolf would be up then.
You know, the NPCs.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Does not do shit. 5, 10. It's gonna go there. It's going to. What's up?
I was just gonna make a stupid joke. I'd like to use my reaction to wreck.
The Winter Wolf is going to take a bite attack at Bearfane. I doubt an 11 will hit.
Not.
Alright, the Frost Giant's going to take a swing at each of you. That bounced out of the box. To Danvers, that is an 11.
That'll miss, and I'll use my reaction to impose disadvantage on the one against Bearfane.
Well, that only comes out to a 12 total against Bearfane. I've started rolling like crap.
Good.
Fine.
About fucking
forgetting-
time.
Rolled a 3. Kaz is up, followed by Cyric.
What else can I even do?
I keep forgetting about my heater shield for misses.
Oh,
But since it's contested strength, I don't really know if it's going to matter.
there's always a chance.
That gonna do any good? No. Yeah, I'm just hovering again.
Okay. Then saving throw for Cyric with Bearfane on deck.
12.
Can I do the heater shield reaction first?
I don't see why not. We can do that first. Contested strength rolls.
Yeah.
I got a total of 20.
17.
All right, he still
Not bad.
stands.
Not bad, but not enough.
All right, Zurich is good. So Bearfane is up for his turn.
Believe I am all out of spell slots. Let me just check here real quick. Yep. If a cantrip is arranged and I'm within melee, it becomes a disadvantage, right?
Correct.
We'll try a melee attack then with my hammer.
Okay. Against the wolf or the frost giant?
Phew. Let's go against the giant. Why not? Die going out big. 23 to hit.
Hit.
For 6 bludgeoning.
That causes this giant to expire.
Wow.
And there is one more enemy remaining.
I'm unfortunately out of options after that one, so Blaze of Glory. That was it.
All right, Damders is up.
Alrighty, I'm going to, now that we're battling against something kind of different, Ogilvy, you get 10 hit points.
All right.
And that's going to be it for my turn.
All right, Ogilvy, you are no longer unconscious, but you are on the ground with 10 hit points.
Yeah, half my move speed to stand up.
Okay.
Knocking that off. Bonus action to rage. And that gives me a 1. Shadowy tendrils lash around you. Each creature of your choice that you can see within 30 feet of you must succeed on a saving throw or take 1d12 necrotic damage. You also gain 1d12 temporary hit points.
Oh,
And
nice.
I'm going to choose the Winter Wolf.
That's good.
Constitution saving throw.
A 14.
They pass.
Okay.
So-
that was a one-time thing.
But
But but I'm going to make a reckless attack against the Winter Wolf. That's a 19 plus 6 for a 25.
Hit.
And then that's 2d6 plus 5. Stay on the goddamn table. So that is 10 plus 5 for 15.
All right. How would you like to do this?
hey,
I'd like to say, look at the price of being uncouth. There's a new sheriff in town, and I just smash a fucking dog jaw.
All right. You bifurcate his jaw into the two
You have
separate.
a chance of a lifetime to say, werewolf.
He's too stupid to have that be his first thought.
And there you go.
Once we get out of initiative, my first thing is going to be using a lay on hands point to revive Sirach.
Well, regrettably, no, that's it.
it's like
You
what?
guys are out of initiative.
Well, regrettably, the battle's over. The session's done because Mike needs.
Well, the session's pretty much done, unless there's something you guys would like to do.
Long rest.
Has the crashing boulders sound stopped?
Basically, you hear a couple more hit the ground, nowhere near the volume you heard before, and then it stops.
So once those stop, I'm going to lower the rope and climb down.
Okay. Peeking around the corner, you see 3 dead frost giants, couple dead townsfolk, everybody looking real rough, couple winter wolves gone, Zurich, conscious, but looking real beat to shit.
Taz, you missed it. I did the chest laser.
No, I slid.
And killed something with it.
I was in the Raven.
I I was just like, oh man, this would be a cool time to do the chest laser.
Do you know how to do that now?
No.
Oh.
No, I just thought to myself, man, it'd be really cool if all this energy I had inside of me just, came out of my chest, because that's where energy goes, and into this giant. And I
Mhm.
shot like right into his eye. He was like, I don't like that at all, so I'm just gonna go die now. And then he did.
Good.
Danvers, once like things have kind of settled out here at the sound of the end of the barrage of the boulders, Danvers going to do as close to a run as he can at this point uh, into town to see like what the damage is of the onslaught.
All right, it's a kind of a beleaguered run. There's stopping, leaning against buildings, catching your breath, seeing townsfolk. It seems like most of the damage was cosmetic. There are some civilians that got killed and injured and so on and so forth. But the giants, for the most part, were just attacking indiscriminately and just chucking boulders to try and foster chaos within the town. So there are some dead townfolk, but it's mostly around the perimeter of the town.
Okay, so it's not like Nightstone.
No.
Okay.
I mean, if we were to move back to that map, it can do it. So as we move back here, so basically within that first kind of block area, if you're looking around here in this relative area of the town,
Mm-hmm.
you're looking at, a lot of cosmetic damage. People seeing that the giants could only throw the boulders so far, basically moved towards the middle of town, mostly towards the town hall, the armory, things like that are near the center of town, furthest away from the action. There's a couple dead individuals, a lot of cosmetic damage around the edges, but that's about it.
Okay.
And a good number of dead guards from
Yeah.
fighting off.
Seeing that, I like to like kind of grab a few guards if I can. Tell them to grab a cart and start, grab a cart, start rounding up the dead. And then I'm gonna go back to the southwest gate and try to use Henry to load Sir Barrick's body and Sheriff Southwell and Augrek to bring them into the center of town.
Okay. Just make a strength check to make sure you can load all three of them up.
I'll help Danvers with that.
It's a dirty
Alright.
20.
Make it with advantage. Sparefane said he would help.
Dirty 20.
Alright, you managed to get them all on top of Henry. You can definitely tell that Henry is feeling the gravity of the situation, that Sir Barrick has passed and other individuals around him, that he has almost passed, but he is following your lead at the moment.
Yeah, I'm just gonna kind of like, really like choke up on the reins so that, not like choke up on it, like I'm not trying to like yank this horse around, but I'm just like leading him while standing very close to him and just kind of like patting him on the head as we walk. Tell him, don't worry, I'm gonna make sure you're taken care of.
Alright, he's following you towards the center of town.
Did the frost giants have anything on them, Mike?
In your searchings, so the middlemost frost giant, you find a ivory horn that seems to be worth about 750 gold pieces.
Oh shit.
This frost giant also has a helm that has 15 100 gold piece gemstones set into it.
Oh my god, we're rich again.
And then let me...
You mean the potion dealer who's going to give us potions of healing is rich again?
Yeah, right, pretty much.
Because I had a brain fart on this. Let me check something real fast. Oh, where is it? I need a specific table. There we go. So we're looking at 25 gold pieces worth of art on one of them. So 100 gold piece worth of art objects on one of them.
Like paintings?
Yes, like paintings. So take your pick, paintings, small statues, etc., etc., etc. And the other one, I'm having a brain fart here, has a couple pots, a couple pans, a lot more cooking stuff.
I add that to the cooking bag.
And just because I'm curious, it has with it a greater potion of healing also.
Oh, that's nice. Hey guys, quick question. Do you think we're gonna have to go to Mort and tell him that Markham died?
No. We're not doing any more traveling to send messages to people.
Because we end up getting them killed indirectly?
Well, there's that. And I can just tell him.
But you guys, but I'm tired of being an owl.
I have to wait till tomorrow.
I think at this
did anybody-
point. Sorry, go ahead.
Speaking for item management, did anybody get the entire list?
I wrote it all down as he was
Cool.
saying. Yeah.
Cool. Yeah, cool.
So, that will conclude where we're at for the week. Oh, by the way, you also get level 6 during your long rest.
No way!
Oh, we fucking better. God damn, what were those fucking giants? CR a billion?
That was,
8, I believe.
Ouch.
That was
CR.
intense.
I kind of genuinely wanted you guys to come with me into the extra dimensional pocket.
Danvers wasn't going to do that.
I thought about it, but
That was scary.
yeah. Ogilvy
It was very
100
scary.
Yeah, Ogilvy was like, if everyone's gonna do, if everyone's
Ogilvy
going to
would
do
have
it, he would, but he would have been the last one.
I think Danvers might have fought you for last.
Well, then we both would have died like idiots.
Corey wanted Danvers to go to the escape
Oh, yeah.
rope too, but that's
Yep.
Yeah.
yeah.
Well, Scott wanted Kaz to fight some more, but
Oh, hey, Mike, we're gonna need to put an unobtrusive 10-foot radius circle around my token.
Go for it.
what?
I can't because we're not on the screen that my token is on.
Well, we're